Chapter 182. After accepting the mission, Fong Ping and the others did not leave Gold City. In the meantime, they even took the time to meet Chun Jiaxing of Donglin Martial Arts University. MCMU and Chun Jiaxing did not have any entanglements. Chun Jiaxing had lost to CCMU twice. MCMU defeating CCMU was actually avenging them. Fong Ping and the others actually quite admired Chun Jiaxing. The Chun family all died in battle in 1996. In 1996, there was a large-scale riot in Sino Nation's catacombs. The garrison forces everywhere were tense and could not help at that time. As the situation in Donglin was too bad, old Master Chun gritted his teeth and brought his entire family to the battlefield, finally dying in battle. In that battle, old Master Chun single-handedly fought 3 rank 7 creatures in the catacombs. If it were not for the old master holding the 3 powerhouses back, the garrison outside the perimeter might have been broken through. If these creatures were allowed to enter the ground, it would be dangerous. Many martial artists died in that battle. However, grandmasters dying in battle was extremely rare, even in Sino Nation. After so many years, grandmasters dying in battle was not unheard of, but it was even rarer for them to bring their entire family to die in battle. Perhaps Chun Jiaxing could not bear to leave this land that his fathers had protected with their sickness. Even though he had already become a martial artist before Gaokao, he still chose Donglin Martial Arts University in the end. Everyone was actually not too familiar with Chun Jiaxing. They came out for a cup of tea, chatted, and simply asked about the rank 3 martial artist deeds. Everyone quickly dispersed. Chun Jiaxing was a little sad that Fong Ping and the others dared to accept the mission of a peak rank 3 martial artist. He did not regret staying in Donglin Martial Arts University. He just felt that he was too useless. During the championship, he was a rank 2 martial artist. Until now, he had only honed 75 bones. Compared to Fu Changding and the others, he was actually 1 step behind. He was not a twice-honed martial artist, so his cultivation progress was slower than Fu Changding and the others. Coming out of the tea house, Fong Ping shook his head. I don't think we can find him. Donglin Martial Arts University has used the government's resources, but they still couldn't find him. That guy must have escaped Gold City. Strictly speaking, the other party was just a commercial spy. Hence, the arrest warrant was only effective in Eastern Forest. The military headquarters and Department of Investigation Services in other regions would not spend a large amount of manpower and resources to search for a commercial spy. Therefore, as long as they ran out of the area of influence of Donglin Martial Arts University, their safety would be greatly guaranteed. Under such circumstances, the chances of finding them in Donglin were extremely slim. Fu Changding said regretfully, "What do we do now? I want to go to Nanjiang. Do you have any objections?" Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Zhao Lei's eyes lit up as he said, "Can we invite Wang Jinyang to meet us? You want to fight him one-on-one?" Zhao Lei's face darkened as he said dryly, "I just want to take a look." Only an idiot would challenge him one-on-one. That would be courting death. Let's see how it goes. Brother Wang seems to be cultivating recently. I wonder if he has time. No one had any objections to going to Nanjiang. Over at Nanjiang, it had been more chaotic recently. Moreover, Nanjiang had other exciting things to watch now. Rivertown had recently organized a martial arts competition, and local teams from all over the country had begun to participate. If he went to Nanjiang now, he could still watch the show and see the level of martial arts in Nanjiang. Since no one had any objections, Fong Ping decided on the itinerary. He would go to River City first, then to Nanjiang Martial Arts University to see if he could meet old Wang. Then he would visit Governor General Zhang to see if there were any benefits for him. After that, he would do a few missions and watch the martial arts competition. Finally, they would return to school, and Fong Ping would go to Sun City to take a look. After completing the missions in March, everyone would have to settle down in school for a while. They would not be doing missions in the short term. March 20th. As Fong Ping had expected, he could not be found. They had no choice but to leave Gold City and rush to their next stop. Walking around and seeing more of the missions would also help increase their knowledge. Staying in Gold City for a long time was not in line with everyone's expectations. The car drove along the highway toward River City. The distance between Gold City and River City was not too far. It was about 300 kilometers. It would only take 3 hours on the highway. Say, where do you think Pan Xiaoyang went? Fu Changding was still a little dissatisfied. They had wasted a few days without even seeing a shadow. Who knows? Donglin Coastal. He might have escaped by sea. Even if he didn't, transportation is developed now. Donglin isn't a closed area. If he ran out of Donglin, where would he find him? Unless he's wanted nationwide. Sigh. Fu Changding sighed and said, Fong Ping, you're peak rank 2 now. When will you break through to rank 3? We'll see. If we don't have enough resources, we'll be useless even if we achieve rank 3. If that's the case, it's better to stay in rank 2 for now. That way we can use less vitality. Also, I haven't continued cultivating combat techniques. My strongest vitality outburst is less than 150 calories. 150 calories outburst is less than 1/3 of my current vitality. Strictly speaking, it can only be considered a killer move. It's far from the ultimate move. Peak rank 3 martial artists have close to 1,000 calories vitality. As long as they master their own strength, their vitality outburst can reach 100 calories. Mastering a killer move, even if it's the most basic one, is an outburst of more than 200 calories. Once you master an ultimate move, 3 to 400 cal vitality in one move. Say, now that I've achieved rank 3, if I meet a peak rank 3 martial artist who has mastered an ultimate move, will I still be the same as now? Someone who can only take one move? According to the definition of a peak rank 3 powerhouse's 1,000 calories vitality, mastering a move with 100 calories vitality outburst was equivalent to mastering strength. A vitality outburst of 200 to 300 calories was the mastery of a killer move. 300 calories and above meant that they had mastered an ultimate move. If a move with an outburst of 500 calories and above, such martial artists were almost invincible among their ranks. The premise was that these people did not meet the same martial artists. Fong Ping's current maximum outburst power was only considered a small fry among rank 3 martial artists. Any random peak rank 3 martial artist who had mastered an ultimate move could kill him in one move. We can't even be a bystander. Everyone sighed again. Comparisons were odious. Fong Ping had only spent 2 months to go from peak rank 1 to peak rank 2. This speed was too shocking. Fong Ping thought it was normal. Old Wang seemed to have only spent about 3 months in early 2008. In January, he had barely broken through to rank 2. When Fong Ping met him in mid-April, he was already peak rank 2. By May, he had already reached rank 3. In October, he entered rank 4. From rank 2 to rank 3, he spent 3 months. From rank 3 to rank 4, he spent 5 months. If Fong Ping wanted to enter rank 3 now, he could. However, from rank 3 to rank 4, he had to hone 51 torso bones and prepare resources for a breakthrough. 5 months might not be enough. River City, Nanjiang's provincial capital. This was Fong Ping's first time in his life coming to River City. Nanjiang Martial Arts University was located in the suburbs of River City. Although it was in the suburbs, it was still very prosperous because of the existence of a few universities. Nanjiang Martial Arts University looks terrible. Yang Xiaoman had no filter. When she saw the main entrance of Nanjiang Martial Arts University, she said casually. As soon as she said that, someone next to her suddenly snorted. A loose tongue can cause trouble. If you weren't a woman, you'd be bedridden for at least a few months. Yang Xiaoman glanced at the person, pursed her lips, and said nothing. The other party was not a martial artist. an aspiring martial artist. An aspiring martial artist like this wanted her to be bedridden for a few months. If this happened in MCMU, the situation would be reversed. However, standing in front of someone else's school and saying that their school was terrible was fine. If someone heard it, Yang Xiaoman was not interested in picking a fight. Fong Ping and the others smiled apologetically. The person snorted and left quickly. After he left, Fong Ping said impatiently, "Can you shut up? Are you here to cause trouble?" "I was just saying. I didn't ask him to listen. Besides, I didn't even say anything just now," Yang Xiaoman said gloomily. "I'm a rank 2, okay? I'm already being magnanimous after being taught a lesson by an aspiring martial artist. Besides, what I said wasn't a lie. It does look terrible. Just shut up. If a grandmaster hears you, he'll kill you with one slap. We won't plead on your behalf." Yang Xiaoman shrunk her neck. NMU was a full-time martial arts university. The vice-chancellor of a full-time martial arts university was usually a grandmaster powerhouse. They did not continue the topic. They stood at the entrance and watched for a while. Soon, Wu Zhihao's figure appeared. As soon as he saw Fong Ping, Wu Zhihao jogged over, laughing. "Fong Ping, you guys actually came to NMU. What a rare guest. You said you were at the school gate. I thought I heard wrong. TSK, the champion team of martial arts universities is here as well. It's an honor." Fong Ping scolded jokingly. "Don't give me that. I have something to do in Nanjiang this time, so I dropped by to take a look. How about it? Can we go in for a walk?" "No problem. Just say you're my classmates later." Wu Zhihao chuckled and led them inside. When they reached the entrance, Wu Zhihao said a few words to the old man in the guardhouse. The old man looked at Fong Ping, and the others nodded and gestured for them to enter. After Fong Ping and the others entered, the old man muttered thoughtfully, "The new students from MCMU? 1 peak rank 2 and 5 rank 2s. If it weren't for Wang Jinyang, NMU wouldn't be able to compete." At this moment, there were less than 50 martial artists among the new students in NMAU and less than 5 peak rank 1. There was only 1 rank 2 by Yin. However, Bai Yin was still a long way from peak rank 2. He might not even reach peak rank 2 by the end of his freshman year. Bai Yin was the face of NMAU's new students, but MCMU had a whole bunch of rank 2 martial artists. Fong Ping and the others naturally did not know what the old man was talking about. At this moment, they were strolling around NMAU's campus with Wu Zhihao. After watching for a while, Fong Ping suddenly said, "NMAU and Donglin Martial Arts University have some differences." To be fair, when Fong Ping met Qin Jiaxing earlier, he had also stood at the entrance of Donglin Martial Arts University for a while. Donglin Martial Arts University's students reeked of blood and anxiety compared to NMAU's. Wu Zhihao was slightly dissatisfied when he heard that. He said, "Everyone's about the same, right? Maybe. NMAU said they wanted to reform, but I think the results are average. There are too many students in NMAU." "Too many students?" Wu Zhihao complained weakly. NMU has less than 5,000 students. "How can there be that many?" "Yeah, less than 5,000 students, but the school is filled with students strolling around. This was the reason why Fong Ping said there were too many students. In MCMU, out of 6,000 students, half were not on campus. In NMU, 5,000 students were less than 1,000 outside, maybe even less. This included the group of seniors. In Nanjiang, there were no catacombs entrances, and there were not many missions. There were many now, but there were very few people who could accept them. In the huge campus, less than half of the students who passed by NMU were not martial artists. Those who were martial artists were mostly rank 1. Fong Ping did not meet a single rank 2 martial artist. There was no need to even mention rank 3. Of course, Fong Ping's goal was not to hurt Wu Zhihao. He said, then sighed softly, "I didn't feel it before, but now I realize that powerhouses are always strong. Old Wu, work harder. If you don't, you'll be left behind even further. Wu Zhihao was a little confused. He roughly understood what he meant, but he did not know why. Fong Ping only thought of MCMU's atmosphere, which was different from NMAU's. In MCMU, everyone treated becoming a martial artist as a common thing. Only rank 2 could be a little proud, and rank 3 was everyone's goal. Rank 4 was a prodigy, and rank 5 could be fantasized about. However, in NMAU, many students' goal was to become martial artists after graduation. Not choosing NMAU back then might have been the right choice. It was not easy for Wang Jinyang to become a powerhouse in such an atmosphere. Speak of the devil. As Fong Ping was thinking about Wang Jinyang, old Wang walked over from afar. Along the way, all the students he met avoided him. Seeing old Wang, Fong Ping was a little surprised. He walked up to him and smiled. "Brother Wang, how did you know I was here?" Wang Jinyang smiled faintly. "The old man at the door told me to keep an eye on you in case you guys do something bad." Having said that, Wang Jinyang glanced at Fong Ping, then at the others. Suddenly, he laughed. "All rank 2. Not bad." Beside him, Wu Zhihao was stunned. "All rank 2? Are you interested in playing something interesting?" Zhao Lei raised his eyebrows. "President Wang means it's simple. Didn't I choose MCMU same-rank students back then?" Many MCMU students were not satisfied. With pressure and motivation, many of the rank 1 martial artists back then are now rank 2 or even rank 3. Many of them are peak rank 3. I think I'm still contributing to MCMU. Of course, you guys won't be satisfied. Didn't Fong Ping think there are too many people in NMU just now? I think so too, but usually it's not very effective to rely on our own supervision. Since you guys are here, if you don't mind, do us a favor and let NMU students taste the taste of humiliation. NMU students don't feel much about losing in the championship. NMU only sent one person to fight anyway. Everyone lost, not just NMU. How about a rank 2 battle with NMU like the championship? Fong Ping frowned slightly. "Brother Wang, this isn't appropriate. Besides, if you get hurt," Wang Jinyang smiled. "1 rank 2 vitality pill per person. That's too little. If you win NMU, 3 pills per person." Wang Jinyang pressed his hands together. "NMU's conditions are limited. This is already the limit. Besides, don't you guys want revenge at all? In the championship, the one who defeated NMU's by wasn't you guys. Now, I'm asking NMU's same-rank martial artists to challenge you MCMU geniuses. Don't tell me you guys don't dare to accept." When I was in MCMU, a rank 1 defeated a rank 2. Before Fong Ping could speak, Zhao Lei said with a sharp look, "I have no objections." Yang Xiaoman grinned. "I think it's quite interesting." Fu Changding shrugged and said playfully, "Actually, I don't mind letting a few rank 3s play with Fong Ping." "Fong Ping, what do you think?" Fong Ping glared at him and looked at Wang Jinyang again. Wang Jinyang smiled faintly. "How about it? If you agree, I'll help you once for free if you're in trouble in the future, no matter who the enemy is." "Brother Wang, is this necessary?" "It's necessary." Wang Jinyang's tone was solemn. NMU's reform, or the mentality of martial arts students, should change. The 3 Nansan provinces will no longer be peaceful. Fong Ping understood what he meant. If even Bai Jinshan could see it, how could the higher-ups of Nanjiang not know? However, the mentality of NMU students could not be changed with just a few words. Moreover, it was not good to tell the public about the catacombs. "Then we'll be the bad guys?" Wang Jinyang smiled. "Not necessarily. If you lose, you won't be the bad guys. You'll be the shame of MCMAU. You have to win. If you really lose, you'll be lectured when you return to MCMU." "Lose?" Fong Ping was all smiles. Brother Wang, if you don't do anything, I can defeat the NMU students. TSK, you talk big. You're good, kid. Wang Jinyang was not angry. He grinned. All right, I'll make the arrangements now. We can still pool together 5 peak rank 2 martial artists. Don't waste time. I'll see you tonight at the NMU Martial Arts Society. Also, I'll invite the 2 Grandmasters, Governor General Zhang and Vice Chancellor Liu, to watch the battle. At the same time, NMU students can come and support us. You don't mind, do you? So serious? Fong Ping's expression changed slightly. There were not many Grandmasters in Nanjiang. 2 high Grandmasters and thousands of NMU students would come to watch the battle. This was not a small matter. It's time to let people know NMU's determination to reform. 5 peak rank 2 martial artists can't win against 5 MCMU new students. What right do they have to ask for resources? What right do they have to shout that they want to become stronger? What right do they have to fend off Nanjiang's possible crisis? Governor General Zhang and Vice Chancellor Liu are still too soft. If it's up to me, I'll throw them all to the ground. Once they become martial artists, if they die, then so be it. Only by staying alive can they become stronger. Wang Jinyang's tone was awe-inspiring. Ever since he suffered the biggest failure of his life in the Tiananmen catacombs, Wang Jinyang had completely understood that this world was truly one where the strong preyed on the weak. Martial arts universities were still too soft in nurturing their students. This time, it was not a sudden impulse to let the NMU martial artists challenge Fong Ping and the others. He already had a plan. Fong Ping and the others just happened to be there. If he could not make the NMU students work hard this time, he had other methods. It was very difficult for aspiring martial artists to become martial artists. Without resources, it was indeed difficult to cultivate. But without resources, they had to earn. Aspiring martial artists could not earn money. As long as they had the heart to become stronger, nothing was impossible. What NMU lacked now was this kind of vigor. When he was an aspiring martial artist, there was no one to support him. That was why his cultivation was very slow. No matter how slow it was still much faster than others. After entering rank 1, he immediately started accepting missions and running around. When he was at peak rank 1, even if no one encouraged him, he was prepared to find a way to earn enough pills for a breakthrough. In the end, it just so happened that martial arts universities had such a need. Wang Jinyang did not hesitate and immediately agreed. Step by step, he entered rank 2, rank 3, and now rank 4. It was not his first time escaping death. Many of the NMU students and martial artists were hiding in school now, doing nothing. Now that someone had come knocking on their door and trampled on their face, if they still could not awaken, then why waste resources? They might as well nurture martial artists like Bai Yin, one of whom could replace 100. Now that the entrance to the catacombs might appear in Nanjiang, the future would be even more dangerous. There were not many resources to begin with. If these students did not put in more effort, when would they? Wang Jinyang came quickly and left just as quickly. Fong Ping glanced at the others. After a while, he said, "Inform MCMAU that if you lose, all of you will be beaten up when you go back." Fu Changding said sheepishly, "Aren't you the same?" "Nonsense. I'm about to reach rank 3. How can I be the same?" Wu Shihao, who was standing at the side, was dumbfounded. Was he listening to a heavenly book? Wang Jinyang suddenly appeared and challenged Fong Ping and the others on behalf of NMAU. He even invited 2 high grandmasters to watch the battle. Now, Fong Ping suddenly said that he was about to reach rank 3. If this was not a dream, then what was? Was he hearing things, or was he dreaming? Chapter 183. In the hotel, everyone was about to call their respective schools when Fong Ping suddenly said, "I'll make the calls." Everyone looked at him suspiciously, but Fong Ping ignored them. After some thought, Fong Ping dialed Tang Feng's number. Tang Feng was the leader of the freshman instructors. "Mr. Tang." "Speak." As usual, Tang Feng's tone was calm, and he did not waste any time. "Our team came to Nanjiang today to take on some missions. We stopped by Nanjiang Martial Arts University on the way." "Yes." Then Nanjiang Martial Arts University students provoked us, saying that MCMU was not as good as NMAU and that they were wiped out by Wang Jinyang. After that, NMAU's Martial Arts Society president, Wang Jinyang, took the initiative to show up and issue a challenge to us, requesting that 5 of NMAU's peak rank 2 martial artists fight us in a friendly match. His words were rather contemptuous of MCMAU. "Fight?" "No." Fong Ping paused for a moment. Then, with a troubled look on his face, he said, "Instructor, we've thought about it. In order not to destroy the friendship between the two schools and not to embarrass MCMAU, we've decided to reject it. We're still freshmen. The other party is 5 peak rank 2 martial artists. How are we supposed to fight them? If they lost, MCMU would not be able to face anyone anymore. Although NMU took the initiative to issue the challenge, we're still freshmen. Even if word gets out, it's not a big deal. We've already proven MCMU's strength by winning the championship. There's no need for us to do something so strenuous and unrewarding. They deserve to win. MCMU was the strongest. If we lose, then we'll lose more than we gain." Even though NMU has been provoking us, Fu Changding and the rest were dumbfounded. Was that really the situation? It seemed like what Fong Ping said was not entirely false. "Sigh. It's just that some of the NMU students have gone a little overboard." An aspiring martial artist actually dared to bully young Xiaoman, looking down on her, and even saying that she would be bedridden for a few months. His words were extremely vulgar. Really, if it wasn't for the greater good, I wouldn't have endured it either. "Instructor Tang, we're reporting this to you. We hope that through the school's level we can help suppress this matter. NMU's current atmosphere is very bad, and the Martial Arts Society is adding fuel to the fire, saying that MCMU students don't dare to accept the challenge." "Humph!" Tang Feng shouted coldly. After a while, he shouted, "Fight! What do you need? Just say it." "Teacher Tang, you've misunderstood me too deeply. Really, Fong Ping, am not spouting nonsense. You can ask Yang Xiaoman and Zhao Lei yourself. Yang Xiaoman, you were looked down upon by NMAU's aspiring martial artists at NMAU's gate. I'm not lying, am I?" Fong Ping turned on the speaker and glared at Yang Xiaoman. Yang Xiaoman looked embarrassed and said, "Yes, there is such a thing. Zhao Lei. Wang Jinyang mentioned a few times that we should be grateful to him for sweeping through MCMAU. You were there, is that true?" The corner of Zhao Lei's mouth twitched, feeling somewhat helpless. He did not know whether to laugh or cry as he said, "Really?" Tang Feng did not speak on the other end of the line. Fong Ping said, "Teacher Tang, Fong Ping might exaggerate things if I'm alone, but would your 2 students team up with me to fool you?" At this moment, Tang Feng's tone was much colder. He said, "What's your purpose in calling me? NMU has already set up an arena in the NMU Martial Arts Society. Tonight, NMU's Vice-Chancellor, Nanjiang's governor, and 2 grandmasters will be there to watch the battle. All 5,000 NMU students will be there, whether we fight or retreat. Or, if MCMU sends other students to fight, it's all up to the school. If we have to fight, even if we're weak, we'll fight to the death. We won't let MCMU lose face. If worst comes to worst, we'll fight to the death and not retreat." Fong Ping's last sentence was vehement and passionate. Tang Feng, however, knew his personality. He said through gritted teeth, "Tell me, how many pills do you need to ensure that we'll win?" 50 rank 2 vitality pills. There was a slight silence on the other end of the line. 50 rank 2 vitality pills, according to the market price, was 35 million. Fong Ping felt that this was not a high price. After waiting for 2 seconds, Tang Feng roared, "Do you really think I'm an idiot? You guys caused trouble outside, and you want the school to pay for it all. What a good plan. 20 rank 1 vitality pills, 5 rank 2 vitality pills, that's it. If not, I'll ask the school to arrange for another team to go to Nanjiang." Fong Ping rubbed his ears and mumbled, "Teacher, as a teacher, it's not good to swear in front of students, right? Moreover, this has nothing to do with us. You said that it has nothing to do with the school's honor? We'll just fight it out. It doesn't matter if we win or lose. The ones who lose aren't our own people. We're just new students who've been enrolled for less than a year. Stop talking nonsense. That's it. We'll definitely win this battle. I'll inform the dean and ask him to rush over in the afternoon to prevent any mishaps from happening in Nanjiang." Tang Feng hung up immediately, not giving Fong Ping a chance to talk nonsense. As for asking the dean to come over, it was not to guard against the 2 grandmasters, but to provide some protection for the freshman prodigies of MCMAU. Who knew what NMAU was thinking? If they crippled these few MCMU prodigies, the level 08 prodigies of MCMU would be completely cut off. After hanging up, Fong Ping complained, "The school is so stingy." No, it's Lion Tang who's stingy. They're only giving 20 rank 1 vitality pills and 5 rank 2 vitality pills, less than 10 million. We're risking our lives for the school's honor, and they're only giving us these things. How can they expect us to win? Everyone else was stunned. Zhao Lei mumbled, "They can do that." He had never thought that he could scam a sum of money from the school. Fong Ping, on the other hand, had managed to get Tang Feng to agree to sponsor some pills, although it was not as much as Fong Ping had said. But it was already quite a lot, okay? It was worth close to 10 million. Even if it was divided equally, each person would get quite a lot. It was comparable to the reward of a peak rank 2 mission, or even a lot more. Some poor rank 2 bastards needed a few missions to get that much. What did this mean? They had taken the initiative to accept the challenge. Now, they had to go even if they did not want to. But from Fong Ping's words, it seemed like everything was different. Fong Ping ignored him and continued to scold. "Lion Tang just doesn't like me. I've known for a long time. NMU is so poor, yet Old Wang still offered 3 rank 2 vitality pills per person. 15 rank 2 vitality pills. The enemy's support for us is greater than the school's. Tell me, is there anyone who does things like this? If Lion Tang does this again, we'll go to CCMU and challenge a rank 1 martial artist, then admit defeat. Let's see where MCMU can put its face." "That's enough." Yang Xiaoman rolled her eyes and said exasperatedly, "If you're not afraid of a group of grandmasters and middle-ranked martial artists ganging up on you, go ahead and do it. Don't drag us into it." Fu Chanding did not know whether to laugh or cry. He said, "Now, I kind of understand why you earn money so quickly." He only needed to say a few words to inform the school. And the result? The result was that everyone had a lot of extra rewards. Fong Ping did not complain anymore. Instead, he stared at them and said with a threatening gaze, "Lion Tang said that I called him Lion Tang behind his back. I'm afraid only the few of you would snitch on me. I'm warning you, next time Lion Tang gives me trouble because of this, I'll give you trouble." The few of them were speechless. Zhao Lei said exasperatedly, "Show some respect to the instructor. We've never said anything bad about Instructor Liu." "Nonsense. Do you dare?" Fong Ping said in disdain. Then he returned to the topic at hand. "Don't talk about these useless things. There are 5 people fighting, and there are 6 of us. Tang Songting and Chen Yunxi, who will fight?" Tang Songting glanced at Chen Yunxi. After some thought, he said, "Chen Yunxi, I'm not peak rank 2, and I'm not twice honed either. My vitality and bone honing can't keep up. If I meet a peak rank 2 martial artist, there's a high chance that I'll lose." Fong Ping looked at Chen Yunxi. She was a little indignant, and said angrily, "Can you stop questioning me? I'm not as useless as you think." "Then it's up to you." Fong Ping also knew that Tang Songting was right. He had no advantage against a peak rank 2 martial artist. The chances of him losing were too high. As for Chen Yunxi and the others, although they were not peak rank 2 martial artists, their vitality was strong. Their bone-honing progress was at 20%. Over at NMU, it was extremely difficult to gather 5 twice-honed peak rank 2 martial artists. It was even hard to say if there were 5 twice-honed martial artists in NMAU. After confirming the participants, Fong Ping said, "This time, NMU wants NMAU students to feel humiliated and work hard. Usually, the participants won't be too strong. Of course, they won't actively seek defeat. After all, they're peak rank 2 martial artists. Everyone should be careful. Also, Wang Jinyang isn't an idiot. He said it like that. He paid the price of 15 rank 2 vitality pills. It's impossible for him to let us win easily. If NMU can win against us, it's actually a good way to boost morale. So, everyone must be 120% vigilant. Also, I forgot to ask, tonight's competition is best of 5, or is it a round-robin system like the championship? If it's a round-robin system like the championship, it'll be much easier for us. After all, the NMU students don't understand our team." Old Wang had run away so fast that Fong Ping and the others had forgotten to ask about this. Zhao Lei said with a determined expression, "No matter what the competition system is, it doesn't matter if you're strong." "Idiot!" Fong Ping could not help but curse. Following Lion Tang, did he not like to use his brain anymore? Zhao Lei was a top scorer, not only in martial arts but also in cultural studies. In the end, a student who excelled in both the pen and the sword had almost become a single-celled organism. After some thought, Fong Ping still made a call to ask. There was some commotion on Old Wang's side. It seemed like he was also choosing his team members. After hearing Fong Ping's words, Wang Jinyang laughed and said, "Let's adopt the championship system. Let the powerhouses have more opportunities to perform." After confirming the competition system, Fong Ping did not ask any more questions. It was already noon. There were only a few hours left until nighttime. Facing 5 peak rank 2 martial artists, they still had to prepare what needed to be done. Fong Ping did not think that they really had victory in their grasp. At the same time, NMAU, they're too much. Did you hear that? Magic City Martial Arts University. 5 new students want to challenge NMAU's 5 peak rank 2 martial artists. Their opponents are all freshmen. Freshmen? Challenging peak rank 2 martial artists? Yes, it's the team of new students who participated in the championship last time. I heard they're all rank 2, F*CK, so fast. Hey, you're focusing on the wrong thing. Right now, a few of MCMU's freshmen are challenging us seniors. If NMU loses, won't we become a laughingstock in martial arts universities? They can't win. Even if they're rank 2 martial artists, they've only just broken through. Then what if they win? Even if we're worried, there's nothing we can do. We can only rely on those peak rank 2 seniors. Tonight, let's go and cheer for our seniors. They're already being bullied. What's so great about MCMU's people? Listening to everyone's discussion, Tan Hao whispered, "Are you sure it's really Fong Ping?" And the others? Wu Zhihao rolled his eyes. He was speechless. "Why would I lie to you? I was there." President Wang suddenly came. As soon as he arrived, he took the initiative to mention the challenge. Then Fong Ping and the others agreed. "I'm still dizzy. Tell me, who should we cheer for? Also, can Fong Ping and the others really win against peak rank 2 martial artists?" The few of them looked at each other. Tan Hao said bitterly, "We're all human. They've already started challenging peak rank 2 martial artists. If we compete," the few of them fell silent. There was no way to compete. They were considered to have made faster progress. Now, their vitality had reached the limit. All of them had 150 calories vitality. It was not impossible to break through to martial artist now. However, once they entered a martial arts university, how many of them would be willing to break through with 150 calories vitality? The few of them continued to nurture their vitality. Even if they could not reach 180 calories, they had to be higher than 150 calories based on this progress. They would only consider breaking through when they entered their sophomore year at the end of the semester. Once they became martial artists in their sophomore year, the subsequent bone honing would not progress as quickly. Achieving rank 2 before graduation was everyone's goal. Now, Fong Ping and the others had achieved rank 2 long ago and were even moving toward rank 3. For a moment, their faces were full of bitterness. MCMU's championship team challenged NMU's peak rank 2 martial artist team. The news spread quickly. Soon, everyone in River City's martial arts circle knew about this. The governor personally watched the battle and even brought a large number of Nanjiang martial artists to attend. Originally, it was just an internal exchange among martial arts university students. Now, it was given a lot more meaning. It was said that Governor Zhang was increasingly dissatisfied with Nanjiang's martial arts atmosphere. At this time, if NMU's senior students were defeated by MCMU's new students, then the entire Nanjiang martial arts world might experience some changes. If NMU really lost, Governor Zhang might come up with an even more radical reform plan. When that time came, no one knew whether it would be good or bad. For a moment, the martial artists who heard the news focused their attention on this match. Sun City's commander, Bai Jinshan, also received the news. When he found out that Fong Ping was leading the team to battle, Bai Jinshan's feelings were actually very complicated. Were young people's growth so fast? Peak rank 2. Was rank 3 still far away? Sun City is really going to have a monster, and 2 of them. Bai Jinshan mumbled vaguely. Not long after, Sun City's Department of Education. The director of the Department of Education patted Fong Mingrong's shoulder warmly and gave him a few words of encouragement. Fong Mingrong was completely at a loss, and he became the deputy director of the office. Chapter 184. 6:00 p.m. Fong Ping and the others did not see Huang Jing, but Bai Ruoshi rushed over. As soon as they arrived at the hotel, Bai Ruoshi held a small meeting. The dean has arrived, but he has gone to the governor's office. He should be going to the scene with the governor of Nanjiang. The headmaster did not say who would win or lose. In fact, the outcome was up to him. Martial artists could only win. I'm giving you a chance now to spar with your peers, who will give you a fair chance when you go to the catacombs in the future. Therefore, everyone should cherish this kind of competition, which is based on comparing notes. Everyone nodded. Fong Ping nodded too. After nodding, he asked, "Teacher, have you brought the medicinal pills that the school gave?" Bai Ruoshi couldn't help but laugh. "No wonder," Teacher Tang said. "Teacher, it's not that I don't respect Teacher Tang and slander him, but I'm just being petty. Teacher, is Teacher Tang married?" "Ah, don't tell me he's not married yet," Fong Ping said in surprise. "If that's the case, then it's understandable that he has a bad temper." "Nonsense." Bai Ruoshi burst into laughter. "Teacher Tang's daughter is about to enter university." "He has a daughter?" Fong Ping said in shock. "He doesn't seem like a fatherly person at all." "All right, don't talk nonsense. If Teacher Tang finds out, he might come after you." Bai Ruoshi laughed again. Among the teachers, Bai Ruoshi's temperament was considered gentle. She would not get angry even if she was joking. After joking around for a while, Bai Ruoshi returned to the topic at hand. "I've brought the pills for you. However, Fong Ping, I'd like to remind you not to take too many pills just because you have a strong constitution. If you do this, it will be easy for you to become dependent on others. You won't be able to grasp your own battle techniques well enough, and you won't be able to understand them well enough. It was not a good thing to cultivate one's chi and blood usage and battle awareness. If one day you ran out of pills, how would you deal with the crisis? What you should learn is to improve your own strength and learn how to use the smallest price to obtain the greatest results. Your vitality is already higher than that of an ordinary person. Under such circumstances, if you can't suppress someone of the same level as you, it means that you're not as strong as you think you are. Some martial artists could fight against 10 martial artists at the same level as them. How could they do this without quickly recovering their vitality? All of this is something you need to think about. Fong Ping nodded seriously. It made sense and was worth pondering. But if I don't make it seem like a waste, the school won't let me take advantage of it. Knowing that Chen Yunxi was about to go on stage, Bai Ruoxi chuckled and said, "Fight well and show your strength. Yes, I will definitely perform well." Chen Yunxi nodded solemnly. She felt wronged again. If she did not perform well, she would really become a logistics member. Fong Ping did not take advantage of the pills given by the school. He received 1 rank 2 vitality pill and 4 rank 1 vitality pills. His wealth had also increased to 7 million. He had been honing his bones to the peak for the past few days, so he did not spend too much. It's enough to replenish 7,000 calories vitality, Fong Ping calculated for a while. 7 million wealth was more than enough to handle a few matches. He did not have to worry about not having enough vitality. The most important thing was that he didn't need to take any medicinal pills when he went on stage. This kind of competition in public was actually very troublesome, especially when there were powerhouses watching. Fong Ping had to consume pills to show that he was relying on pills to recover his vitality. Most of these pills would be wasted if they were used. No matter how rich he was, he shouldn't waste it like this. At 6:30, everyone departed from the hotel and headed for Nanjiang Martial Arts University, which was not far away. Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Wang Jinyang and a few of the school's instructors stood at the main entrance. Seeing Fong Ping and the others, Wang Jinyang nodded slightly and looked at Bai Ruoxi with a smile. "Instructor Bai, I didn't expect you to come. Our dean is here too. He should be with Governor General Zhang. And the others." Bai Ruoxi smiled and exchanged a few pleasantries. Her attitude toward the NMAU instructors beside her was average. The few NMAU instructors seemed to be following Wang Jinyang's lead. NMAU's instructors started at rank 3. Rank 4 was considered a mainstay. Rank 5 was extremely rare, and rank 6 were all school leaders. Wang Jinyang's strength was outstanding even among the instructors. Add to that his status as the president of the Martial Arts Society and the few instructors who came with him, and their social status was not even as high as Wang Jinyang's. Fong Ping was a little envious. This was life, unlike himself, who was picked on by Big Lion every day. One day, Big Lion would be like these instructors and bow down to him. That would be one of life's greatest joys. Wang Jinyang and Bai Ruoxi exchanged a few pleasantries. Then, as they walked, he said, "The 5 NMAU students this time are all top-notch in NMAU. Fong Ping, don't be careless. I want to see an evenly matched opponent, not a crushing defeat. I'm talking about NMAU crushing you like a crushing defeat. That won't happen. I hope so." Wang Jinyang did not say much. He led them all the way to the Martial Arts Society. NMU was not as big as MCMEU. The Martial Arts Society was not as extravagant as MCMEU, occupying hundreds of acres of land. However, NMAU's Martial Arts Society was not small. The venue for the championship this time was not indoors, but outdoors. A temporary arena had been built on the lawn in front of the Martial Arts Society building. There were no seats arranged around it. According to Wang Jinyang, when martial artists went up to the arena to fight, it was a disgrace for those below to sit and watch. If they could not even stand and watch, then they might as well not be martial artists anymore. Whoever complained would be kicked out. That was why, when Fong Ping and the others arrived, they saw thousands of students standing around the lawn. It was a dense mass of people, but it was full of vigor. When they saw Fong Ping and the others, the NMU students became a little noisy. Many people were pointing and gossiping. Before they could finish, Wang Jinyang suddenly shouted, "Shut up, all of you! The weak have no right to tell the strong what to do. MCMU's new students are challenging for, or 5 peak rank 2 martial artists from NMU's Big 3. It's not a fair competition. If NMU loses this time, all martial artists will have to exchange their credits for pills increased by 5%. All aspiring martial artists who have not entered the martial artist realm by the end of their sophomore year will be expelled. NMU is a martial arts university, not a place for you to pass your days." In the past, there were aspiring martial artists who graduated as NMU graduates. This is NMU's disgrace, not a demonstration of NMU's tolerance. The crowd suddenly became noisy. Someone said indignantly, "We didn't even fight. What does losing have to do with us?" As soon as he finished speaking, Wang Jinyang's gaze suddenly swept toward him. "You step out." Everyone looked at the student who had just spoken. That person's expression changed. After a while, he slowly walked out and gathered his courage to ask President Wang, "Did I say something wrong? You can leave NMU." "Leave NMU?" "Yes, you're expelled." Fong Ping and the others were stunned. What was going on? The student who had just stepped out was also stunned. Then he said angrily, "Wang Jinyang, what right do you have to expel me?" Wang Jinyang did not answer. He glanced at the others and said coldly, "As a member of NMAU, you don't have any sense of collective honor or shame. You always think that it has nothing to do with you. There are benefits, but they don't give them to you. You complain that the school is unfair. Has anyone ever thought, why? Because you got into NMUs? Because you don't think about improving? Because you want to become martial artists one day and ride roughshod over others? What are martial artists? Martial artists are not your passport to the privileged class. Martial artists are a group of brave people struggling on the edge of death. I was at NMAU and didn't see any of this." As soon as he finished speaking, the crowd outside suddenly dispersed. A few powerhouses with majestic auras walked over. The leader was a white-haired old man. The old man didn't say anything, but a middle-aged man on his right said in a clear voice, "Wang Jinyang is right. What does losing have to do with you?" Then, if one day Sino Nation is defeated in a war, all the powerhouses are dead, and you are enslaved, will you make the same declaration? It's all the powerhouses' fault. Why should we bear all of this? NMU or Nanjiang doesn't need martial artists like this. If you're not convinced, you can go on stage. If you think that the people on stage can't represent you, then you can go on stage and fight. Everyone fell silent because they recognized who the other person was. Nanjiang's governor, Zhang Dingnan. Whether Zhang Dingnan had this name from the beginning or changed it later, no one knew. They only knew that ever since Zhang Dingnan broke through to Grandmaster, he had started meddling in various affairs, including those of martial arts universities. Moreover, he did it with iron and blood. His words clearly meant that Wang Jinyang's previous words would be taken seriously. Even the NMU vice-chancellor, the old man, did not say anything. The others did not speak. Wang Jinyang bowed slightly to the grandmasters, then looked at Fong Ping and the others. "Sorry for the inconvenience." Bai Ruoshi smiled faintly. "It's all right. Everything about NMU has inspired us. Then I won't waste everyone's time." Having said that, Wang Jinyang looked at the team standing below the stage and said loudly, "Today, you represent NMU? Nanjiang, you're all peak rank 2 martial artists, and your opponents have just entered rank 2 not long ago. If you win, it's not worth celebrating. If you lose, It means that NMEU's teaching method is wrong. The school is not a gentle place. If you lose today, I'll suggest to the school to eliminate 90% of the students, concentrate resources, and cultivate a group of elites who dare and can fight. His words caused another round of whispered discussion. Wang Jinyang did not care about them. He looked at Fong Ping and the others and said, "This is not a public competition. The order of battle is up to you. The winner stays and the loser leaves. The last one who remains on the stage wins." Fong Ping raised his eyebrows slightly. This was much more unruly and casual. On the other side, the Grandmaster powerhouses did not speak either. They walked to the side of the stage. Everyone stood and watched. There was no rostrum or seats prepared for them. A competition venue like this was very simple and crude. It was even worse than the underground boxing market. However, this simple venue welcomed 3 Grandmaster powerhouses to watch the battle. Wang Jinyang acted as the referee and said again, "NMU is the home ground. NMU will send one person up first." Below the stage, a few young people looked at each other. Soon, a martial artist holding a long spear walked up the stage. Nanjiang Martial Arts University, School of Weaponry, Year 3 student Chen Pengfei, peak rank 2. Mission points, 3rd in NMU rank 2. Fong Ping looked slightly confused. Bai Ruoshi explained in a low voice, "NMU doesn't have many missions. The number of missions you complete also means the number of times you fought, and the strength of your combat ability. NMU has mission points for completing a mission once. 3rd in rank 2 means that among rank 2 martial artists, he's done many missions and has ample experience fighting martial artists." Fong Ping nodded, indicating that he understood. The NMU martial artists obviously understood this better. When they saw that Chen Pengfei was the first to go up the stage, they also felt that Chen Pengfei was enough to represent NMEU's peak rank 2 standard. He glanced at Fu Changding and the others. Fu Changding said eagerly, "Let me go. I use a spear too." However, Fong Ping did not look at him. He looked at Zhao Lei and said, "You go? Me? The first battle must be fought beautifully. You blamed me for not giving you a chance during the championship. This time, I'll give you a chance. Zhao Lei, if you lose, you'll embarrass MCMU and me. From now on, I'll beat you up every time I see you." Zhao Lei's expression darkened. He did not say anything else. He walked straight to the stage. Once he got on the stage, he said loudly, "Magic City Martial Arts University, School of Weaponry freshman Zhao Lei, early stage rank 2. Those who had not finished honing their 3 limbs were all early stage rank 2. Other than Fong Ping, the rest of MCMU's people were all early stage rank 2 martial artists. Can he win?" Fu Changding whispered. Fong Ping said mildly, "It doesn't matter. If he loses, there's still me. You guys do as you see fit." The few of them looked unhappy, but they did not ask any more questions. On the stage, the battle had already begun. On the stage, the moment the battle began, Chen Pengfei displayed the strength of a martial arts university elite rank 2. When the long spear struck, the faint sound of a tiger's roar could be heard. Zhao Lei moved like a fleeing rabbit. His toes touched the ground, and he was as swift as a tiger. In an instant, he approached Chen Pengfei in a curved angle. Chen Pengfei's reaction was extremely fast. Before he could thrust his spear forward, it was immediately retracted. The spear trembled, and the middle of the spear began to bend. In the next moment, the long spear seemed to transform into a long whip curling toward Zhao Lei's neck at an alarming angle. Fong Ping stared at it for a while, then raised his eyebrows. It's not easy to train a long spear to this extent. In many people's eyes, a spear was not a weapon suitable for close combat. The spear was too long, and when the opponent closed the distance, the weapon's power could not be displayed. However, Chen Pengfei did not care about this at all. When Zhao Lei closed in, his long spear moved at will, bending and bending at will. This way, it was no more troublesome than a saber or a sword. Fu Changbing's expression was slightly solemn. They say that a long spear is like a dragon. A dragon can be big or small, stretch or bend. It's very powerful. As the two of them were talking, Wang Jinyang walked over, frowning. Flashy but impractical. Weapons are only used to kill enemies. So what if you can bend it? Has its power increased? Since long spears are afraid of close combat, then don't give the opponent a chance to get close. If you have the ability to bend, why not increase the speed of the spear? Moreover, spear users aim straight at the target. If you can't do that, then you might as well train with short weapons. Fang Ping and the others were speechless at his words. It did not seem to be wrong. Wang Jinyang watched the fight on the stage and frowned. There's still a gap. Zhao Lei might not win. Fang Ping, you go later. You have to be fast, ruthless, and quickly defeat the remaining four. Only then can I reform NMAU with my heart. Fang Ping was dumbfounded. What's going on? You're already commanding MCMAU's team. You're playing dirty. Fu Changbing and the others were also speechless. What about us? Wang Jinyang coughed softly. There are plenty of opportunities for you to train. This time, it's not for you to train. I hope you can help me speed up the reform. Don't worry, the pills I promise will be delivered. Fang Ping thought for a while. The leaders of NMAU don't have any objections. Those who do have objections will be sent to other catacombs for missions. Wang Jinyang said casually. Fang Ping was speechless. Mother of asterisk Kerr. Old Wang was acting like NMU's boss now. Did NMU have to do this? He cursed silently, but he was more envious. When can I be the boss of MCMU? All right, but to be honest, I'm not very confident. Just try your best. As the two of them were talking, the situation on the stage changed. Chen Pengfei thrust his spear. Zhao Lei stepped on the tip of his feet and leaped into the air, dodging the spear. In the next moment, Chen Pengfei seemed to think that this was an opportunity. The spear did not thrust at Zhao Lei, but at the void beside him. Fang Ping saw something. Chen Pengfei had a lot of combat experience. This spear was a prediction. He predicted the timing and position of Zhao Lei's fall. At that time, Zhao Lei lacked the necessary counterattack. This kind of prediction and timing was difficult for most martial artists to grasp accurately. Chen Pengfei was obviously not one of them. When his opponent thrust his spear, even Wang Jinyang nodded slightly. However, in the next moment, just as Zhao Lei was about to fall, if he fell according to inertia, he would probably be pierced by the spear. Zhao Lei suddenly moved. Zhao Lei's left foot stepped on empty air. His body rose a little, then he took a step forward with his right foot, stepping on the tip of Chen Pengfei's spear. Chen Pengfei thrust his spear with all his might. The tip of the spear bent slightly from the step. Zhao Lei used the force to leap forward. In the blink of an eye, he was close to Chen Pengfei again. At this moment, Chen Pengfei's strength had been exhausted. He was in a vacuum. Zhao Lei's timing was also very precise. The moment Chen Pengfei withdrew his strength, a punch landed on Chen Pengfei's chest. Without waiting for Chen Pengfei to counterattack, Zhao Lei laughed coldly. He opened his fist into a palm, stretched out his hand quickly, and grabbed the other's wrist that was holding the spear. Before the audience could react, Zhao Lei's legs kicked out alternately. After a few seconds, the two separated. Zhao Lei's face was slightly pale, his legs trembling. Chen Pengfei, on the other hand, was flushed. Suddenly, he spat out a mouthful of blood and said with slight disappointment, "I've lost." This was not a battle to the death. Although the arena battles were fought with the determination of a battle to the death, his sternum was broken, his internal organs were shaken, and he had used up all his strength. If he persisted, he would only buy time and aggravate his injuries. There was no need to fight to the point where he was on the verge of death. Fang Ping, who was below the stage, clicked his tongue, and said, "He's already at the elevated stance. I didn't know this guy had another trick up his sleeve. He's not trying to trick me, is he?" He strongly suspected that Zhao Lei had hidden the fact that he had reached the elevated stance in order to trick him. Chen Pengfei's judgment was wrong. He did not expect Zhao Lei's stance to be suspended in the air for a moment, dodging his predicted shot. As a result, the originally evenly matched situation suddenly changed. He looked at Fang Ping and said, "I'll go over first. You're up for the next round." Zhao Lei had used up a lot of vitality. There was no point in continuing in this round. "Sure, I'm happy to fulfill the employer's suggestion." Chapter 185. In the first battle, NMU lost. Peak rank 2 martial artist Chen Pengfei, who ranked 3rd in mission points, was utterly defeated. Below the stage, the clamor rose again. Chen Pengfei lost. He's a peak rank 2. His opponent has just entered rank 2, okay? He's already defeated. What the hell is he doing? Are you idiots? Zhao Lei is twice honed. His vitality is no weaker than Chen Pengfei's, and his stance is elevated. Chen Pengfei made a mistake in his prediction, or else Zhao Lei would have lost. It's not that Chen Pengfei is weak. It's that Zhao Lei is stronger than we imagined. Someone spoke up for Chen Pengfei. Zhao Lei didn't have many opportunities to perform in the friendly competition, so everyone knew very little about him. Pole standing in the elevated stance was not something that could be found anywhere. Even a large number of rank 3 martial artists had not achieved this. Based on Chen Pengfei's past experience, it wasn't a mistake to predict an attack. It was just that he had underestimated Zhao Lei. Losing the first battle also cast a shadow in the hearts of the NMEU students. There were not many rank 3 martial artists in NMEU, only a dozen or so. Peak rank 2 was enough to represent the essence of NMEU. But now, he had lost the first round. "Zhao Lei, shall we continue?" Wang Jinyang asked. Just as Zhao Lei was about to speak, Fang Ping strode over and said, "It's a friendly match. You've expended too much vitality. There's no need to continue." Although Zhao Lei wanted to fight again, he remembered that his next opponent was also a peak rank 2 martial artist. After some thought, he walked down the stage. "Not bad. You've reached the elevated stance of pole standing. You've been hiding it up until now. Who are you going to deal with?" Fang Ping grinned at Zhao Lei, who was walking down the stage. Zhao Lei's expression was dark. He huffed, "I just haven't met anyone who can make me use my full strength." "Really?" Fang Ping chuckled and did not continue the conversation. He strode toward the arena. "MCMU, Fang Ping, peak rank 2, the captain of MCMAU. He's also from Nanjiang. He's already a peak rank 2. How did he cultivate? Wasn't he still peak rank 1 when he competed in January?" As soon as Fang Ping finished speaking, the crowd below the stage was no longer calm. Peak rank 2. How many days had it been? When everyone was still an aspiring martial artist, their improvement was not as fast. On one side of the arena, Zhang Dingnan smiled faintly and said, "Is this little guy Lu Fengru's student?" "Not bad." "You learned my saber technique?" "I saw it for a while last time. I couldn't tell. I thought he was Zhou Yidao's disciple." Cough, cough, cough. Huang Jing and NMAU's vice-chancellor both coughed dryly. Then they could not help but laugh. Zhou Yidao was also a Blade Dao Grandmaster expert, and he had always slashed with 1 slash. If 1 slash wasn't enough, he would slash again. There were no techniques or moves to speak of. Although Manic Explosion followed the same path, it wasn't just a simple slash. During the championship, Fang Ping had indeed not noticed that he was cultivating Manic Explosion, which was known for its continuous slash outbursts. After making fun of him, Zhang Dingnan continued, "Nanjiang people, it's a pity I couldn't stay in Nanjiang. You're too territorial and have too many limitations. Are MCMU students not Chinese? Are they not going to contribute to Sino Nation? It's different. I think so too. Whatever you say, once the entrance to the catacombs appears in Nanjiang this time, I hope MCMU can help Nanjiang survive this disaster. Martial arts universities won't just sit back and watch. Don't worry. I hope so. Every time the entrance to the catacombs opens, there will be riots in other places. I'm afraid I won't be able to spare any manpower in time. Zhang Dingnan's face showed a hint of worry. Was Nanjiang going to experience bloodshed after years of peace? Following the discussion of the audience below the stage, soon, someone from NMU walked out. It was a woman. When Fong Ping saw that the only woman was on the stage, he could not help but glance at Wang Jinyang. Wang Jinyang did not look at him. The ponytailed female martial artist said coldly, "Stop looking. Are you discriminating against women?" Fong Ping smiled. "I didn't mean that. I just wonder if I'll be scolded if I hit a woman. There are thousands of students in NMAU, and they can't even gather a few men. It's a little sad. Don't look at us. We're not here for the competition. To be honest, it's just a coincidence." "You have a sharp tongue. Say what you want. Back then, I almost chose Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Now, I'm a little glad. Nanjiang Martial Arts University. Other than a few people, there's no one who catches my eye." Her voice was not soft. The audience below the stage erupted. "Arrogant. Lon K. Defeat him, beat him to death." The onlookers below the stage were furious. Fong Ping, however, exclaimed, "Rotten Leaf, this name, this, how big of a grudge do your parents have against you? You're asking for it." The next moment, Lon K was furious. She did not even have the interest to introduce herself. She moved and appeared next to Fong Ping. "Your stepping technique isn't bad." "Too bad." Fong Ping laughed. The tip of his foot touched the ground lightly, and his figure disappeared. "Your president, Wang, said that NMAU's peak rank 2 martial artists are all elites. I really can't tell. I'm not interested in this competition. Your President Wang and I have a good relationship. He felt the need to attack me and let me know that not choosing NMU was the wrong choice. Too bad. I really can't see what I have to regret." Having said that, Fong Ping glanced at Wang Jinyang below the stage. "Look, how thoughtful my service is. Didn't you want me to be the bad guy?" Now, the NMU people are going crazy. 15 rank 2 vitality pills, cheap and good, definitely guaranteed. Lon K did not reply. Her figure disappeared quickly. Fong Ping's tone was still relaxed. "I really don't want to hit a woman. If it was a man, I'd kill him with one slash. But it's a woman. Forget it. Let's go for a run and exercise." Bastard. The NMU students were really provoked now. In the crowd, Wu Zhihao and the others shrunk their necks. They looked at each other and whispered, "Everyone, don't ever say that you know him." They were afraid of death. Fong Ping was provoking all the NMU students. This guy, whether he won or lost, would be the public enemy of NMU students. He was too much of a bully. "Pretty lady, let's talk. How old are you? Do you have a boyfriend? Is there a grandmaster in your family? I don't think so. I don't remember a grandmaster with the surname Lon. Carrying a saber is so tiring. Why don't you put it down and we can talk?" A few minutes later, Lon K stopped. She stared at Fong Ping and said fiercely, "Do you only know how to run?" Fong Ping grinned. "That's not it. I just want to give you a chance to show off. Really, but it's a pity that I didn't see anything amazing. You're just average, not much different from the rank 2 martial artists who died in my hands. I can fight 10 of you, bastard." Lon K's eyes were red. She roared, "Don't run if you dare." "You said that." Fong Ping's cheeky expression suddenly disappeared. He said loudly, "Come, I want to see if NMU's rank 2 martial artists are really weak." His voice was still echoing in the air when Fong Ping suddenly closed in on Lan Ke. Lan Ke felt a little strange. Fong Ping held his saber in his left hand, and a Changdao was not suitable for close-quarters combat. There was no time to think. Fong Ping voluntarily gave up his advantage. She did not mind letting this glib-tongued bastard suffer. Just as Fong Ping closed in, Lan Ke quickly drew her saber and slashed horizontally. Fong Ping still did not use his saber. His right hand suddenly opened into a palm, tilted slightly, and slapped at her single saber. Thud, thud, thud. 5 muffled sounds that were not too loud were heard. Fong Ping's palm hit the side of the single saber 5 times in a row. The saber in Lan Ke's hand was slapped back, and she retreated. Fong Ping closed in again and quickly slapped her right wrist 3 times. Ding! Lan Ke lost her grip on her saber, and it fell to the ground. Fong Ping did not attack again. He took a step back and said mildly, "You're really weak. I'm afraid I won't be able to hold back and kill you with 1 slash. It's not worth it. Even if I let you use 1 hand, you're still no match for me." Lan Ke's eyes flashed with grief and indignation. Suddenly, she stopped talking, turned around, and jumped off the arena, disappearing from everyone's sight. Wang Jinyang, who was below the arena, mumbled, "I asked you to defeat them, but I didn't ask you to form a grudge. If a grudge was formed, it would be better to injure the other party with 1 slash." Now Lan Ke was probably so angry that she would vomit blood. Fong Ping's victory was worse than injuring her. On the other side, Zhang Dingnan smiled and said, "Interesting. Manic Explosion's 5 consecutive slashes can produce a vitality outburst of about 30 calories. 5 consecutive slashes can accumulate 1 point, and it's much stronger than a simple 150 calories vitality outburst." Huang Jing nodded slightly. It can be considered a rank 2 martial artist trump card. His pole standing and footwork have also been perfected. Lan Ke is slightly weaker, and she's completely restrained. Fong Ping is exaggerating when he says he'll let her use 1 hand. Fong Ping could actually use either 1 or 2 hands, but he did not use his D-class Changdao, so he was indeed holding back. As the 2 of them chatted, NMAU's old vice-chancellor sighed softly. This little guy is using NMAU students as practice. Defeating Lan Ke with ease had cost Fong Ping 200 calories at most. For Fong Ping, this was also a trial run. His previous 100-cal vitality outbursts were powerful, but so were his consumption. Even against a rank 1 martial artist, the consumption was huge. This time, defeating a peak rank 2 martial artist left Fong Ping with more than half of his vitality. This also meant that Fong Ping could still maintain a significant amount of combat power without taking any medicine. Soon, NMU's 3rd martial artist went up the stage. This time, it was a man. The way he looked at Fong Ping was murderous. Fong Ping did not care. He smiled and said, "You have to be polite to women, but not to men. You don't have to register. I don't remember weaklings. Bastard, beat him to death. You must beat him to death. He's too arrogant. Is there really no one else in NMU? He doesn't even care about basic martial arts etiquette." At this moment, the NMU students were completely enraged. Fong Ping did not let anyone announce his name. In a martial arts duel, this was disdain, contempt, and disregard. Wang Jinyang also exclaimed, "This effect! He could not say anything else." This effect was 10 times stronger than he had imagined. If Fong Ping walked out of NMU unscathed today, these NMU students would probably treat Fong Ping as their lifelong enemy. This kind of face-slapping was even more intense than when he had stepped on MCMU rank 1 martial artists. In the next moment, Fong Ping also demonstrated his ability to ignore NMU rank 2 martial artists. This time, Fong Ping did not use his palm as a knife. It hurt. There was a price for pretending to be weak, okay? The Feng's widow slashed across the void, and the sonic boom could be heard. Bang! A loud noise. One slash, and the opponent flew backward. He. Fong Ping's face was slightly pale. He said lightly, "Are you stupid? Did you think I was playing hide and seek with you? You can't even take one slash. How disappointing." The audience was now completely silent. NMU's third martial artist was defeated too quickly. "He is so strong," someone murmured softly, his expression indescribably complicated. Fu Changding and the others were also slightly speechless. "This NMU martial artist was too weak." Bai Ruoshi said softly, "He did it on purpose. In the last round, he purposely provoked Lan Ke. He didn't use any big moves, and won with consecutive slashes. In this round, he went up to provoke his opponent and baited him to take one slash. The explosive power of the slash just now exceeded 200 calories. Didn't he say that he didn't master a rank 2 ultimate move?" The few of them looked indignant. Mother asterisk cur. He lied again. Bai Ruoshi glanced at them. Who could they blame if they believed Fong Ping's nonsense? Zhao Lei's expression was dark. "You said I was hiding, but so were you. Who were you planning to trick?" The powerhouses naturally understood Fong Ping's intentions. They also knew that their students were not as weak as they thought. At least the martial artist who took Fong Ping's slash only fell off the stage. His internal organs were only lightly injured, not to the extent of serious injuries. However, in the eyes of the 3 lower ranks martial artists, NMQ was indeed too embarrassing. 3 battles, 3 defeats. Chun Pengfei lost to an early-stage rank 2 martial artist. The remaining 2 were also extremely embarrassing, easily defeated by Fong Ping. When no one was paying attention, Fong Ping casually stuffed a pill into his mouth. This, when no one was paying attention, referred to the students. It was good that the powerhouses were paying attention. Fong Ping's pale face, on the other hand, quickly regained its red color. Zhang Dingnan took another look and said with slight admiration, "This physique, it's enviable." Huang Jing did not care about this. He muttered, "Will this be effective? NMEU is not like MCMEU. If they lose too easily, it'll make people despair. An appropriate amount of pressure could make people grow, but when the other party looked so strong that they were invincible, that was not pressure. Instead, everyone felt that it was not that they were too weak, but that the other party was too strong. They might as well not have come to this kind of competition. It's fine. Do you really think the little guy can win so easily? Oh, it seems like he still has a trump card. Let's wait and see." Huang Jing glanced at the remaining 2, smiled, and paid them no more attention. In their eyes, rank 2 martial artists were not worth mentioning, no matter how strong they were. In the midst of everyone's complicated expressions, NMEU's 4th person went up the stage. He did not announce his name. The youth who went up the stage was barehanded, revealing his bronze-colored skin. He chuckled and said, "MCMU's prodigy is indeed extraordinary, but it's a little too much to look down on NMU students." "Is that so? You're not weak. Among NMU's rank 2 students, you're probably one of the best. You can say that." Fong Ping suddenly tossed his Changdao off the stage, his expression solemn. "To be honest, I knew the first 2 people were no match for me the moment they went up the stage. There was no point in fighting them. You're a little interesting, a little pressuring. I don't mean to look down on anyone, but NMU really hasn't seen any rank 2 martial artists who have impressed me. In my opinion, using a saber is what I should do. This Changdao is also something I've earned through hard work and credits. But I know that the NMEU students won't be convinced. In order to convince you, let's be more straightforward. There's no need for that." The youth shook his head slightly, but he did not say anything else. He took a step forward. With this step, the other party's aura changed completely. Many people below the stage could not feel any of this at all. But at this moment, they quietened down instantly, as if they could feel the heavy atmosphere. Fong Ping's expression was also solemn. He stared at the other party for a while. Came from the battlefield? Fong Ping did not ask. He had never seen martial artists who came from the catacombs battlefield before. No, all MCMU instructors had been there, but they usually did not have an aura to speak of. The change in the other party's aura reminded Fong Ping of the 8th School Alliance's old Grandmaster's aura when he stepped down from the stage during the championship. Golden spears and armored horses, perhaps this was the feeling. In the next second, both of them moved at the same time. Fong Ping's spine straightened, then bent instantly. At the same time, Fong Ping's fist had already punched out. The youth opposite him did the same. His bronze-colored arm was suddenly illuminated by the light and turned blood red. His arm did not thicken, but the other party's fist also reflected a rich blood-red color. Both of them took a step forward at the same time. Without many people seeing clearly, they punched each other 5 or 6 times in a row. Drip, both of them retreated quickly. Fong Ping's right hand swayed lightly. At this moment, his right hand was already blood-red, blood dripping continuously. Manic explosion was called a saber technique, but it could be used with fists and feet. Fong Ping had just punched 6 times in a row. The power that erupted was not any weaker than when he defeated Lon K and the other person, but the result was that both of them were injured. The arms of the youth opposite him were also trembling, and his palms appeared blood-red. Regardless of their injuries, the two of them moved again in the next moment. Fong Ping straightened his toes, his right foot quickly jabbing at the other party's temple. A blood-red color flashed in the other party's eyes. Suddenly, he reached out with both hands, grabbed Fong Ping's right leg, and flung it backward forcefully. Fong Ping did not struggle. He took advantage of the momentum and leaped into the air, his toes level with the other party's eyebrows. In the next moment, Fong Ping, who was in midair, forcefully shook off the force of inertia. As if he was on flat ground, his feet kicked repeatedly at the other party's head. This move is so King cool. Fu Changding's face was full of envy. At this moment, Fong Ping was like an immortal walking in the air, kicking his opponent until he kept retreating. I thought he only knew how to use a saber to hack people, young Xiaoman added. Bai Ruoshi, on the other hand, said solemnly, the other party is steady and calm. He's experienced. Fong Ping might not be his match. It can't be, right? The few of them were shocked. Although Fong Ping was annoying, he was not weak. At the very least, Fong Ping could defeat an early-stage rank 3 martial artist. Do you think Fong Ping is deliberately acting cool by not using a saber? He can't use a saber well, and the other party won't be stupid enough to take it head-on. Fong Ping's senses are very sharp. Bai Ruoshi praised him, but the others looked at each other. We really thought he was just trying to look cool. The few of them muttered in their hearts, who knew that Fong Ping felt that he could not use a saber well. That kid was so righteous that he bullied people without a saber that even the NMEU students felt a little embarrassed. Chapter 186. In the arena, Fong Ping was determined as well. He stepped into the air and kicked at his opponent's vitals. Although the young man retreated step by step, his footsteps were steady, even though Fong Ping had the upper hand and was only attacking. After a while, the young man's shoulders and arms were covered in wounds and blood. There was even a streak of blood on his throat. The onlookers were worried, but the powerhouses knew that the young man's injuries were only minor. Compared to Fong Ping, the youth who was in defensive mode consumed much less vitality than Fong Ping, and his stamina was also not as much as Fong Ping's. Just as the NMEU students were worrying for the young man who had been on defense suddenly stomped his feet on the ground. He stomped a hole in the makeshift arena. Even if it was a makeshift arena, it was made of steel to handle fights between martial artists. Although it was not F-grade alloy, The young man's terrifying strength was evident when he stomped a hole in the thick steel floor. The young man stomped his feet on the ground, his heels sinking into the ground to stop his retreat. In the next moment, the young man roared and punched at Fong Ping's legs with his fists. Bang! The soles of Fong Ping's feet collided with his opponent's fists. The huge force sent Fong Ping flying in the air. After a while, Fong Ping stumbled and landed on the arena. This was the first time in 3 battles that Fong Ping had shown signs of weakness. Fong Ping's legs trembled as he landed on the ground. The young man's fists were covered in blood, but he did not care. He moved his toes and rushed toward Fong Ping. "You really think I'm afraid of you?" Fong Ping was furious. He had consumed a lot of vitality. He could replenish it, but he did not choose to do so. He rarely replenished his vitality in same-rank battles, unless he had fought too many battles in a row and his vitality was insufficient. Before he fought the young man, however, his vitality had been fully replenished. If he still could not defeat his opponent under such circumstances, how could he replenish his vitality? Although Fong Ping did not care about his reputation, he could not accept being defeated by a twice-honed peak rank 2 martial artist in a fair same-rank battle. Soon, the 2 of them fought again. This time, Fong Ping and the young man did not defend, trading injury for injury. Below the arena, Bai Ruoshi suddenly said, "Is this Gu Xiong ranked 24th on the Martial Arts University Rank 2 ranking list?" When she said that, Fu Chongding and the others vaguely remembered something. They said in surprise, "I think so. I forgot that someone from NMEU entered the Rank 2 ranking." Previously, the Department of Education had released a ranking of martial arts universities' lower 3 ranks. Fong Ping was ranked 6th on the Rank 1 combat ranking. However, when everyone looked at the ranking list, the 3 lower ranks would at most look at the top 10. Gu Xiong was ranked 24th on the Rank 2 combat ranking list. Not many people paid attention to him. However, as a normal martial arts university student, Gu Xiong was ranked 24th among all martial arts universities' Rank 2 martial artists. That was already extremely powerful. Previously, everyone had overlooked this point. Among the top 100 Rank 2 martial artists on the ranking list, there were less than 20 from normal martial arts universities. Among the less than 20 martial artists, Gu Xiong's ranking was also extremely high among the martial artists from normal martial arts universities. Among the top 10 of the Rank 2 ranking, only 1 normal martial arts university student from Beijing Martial Arts University entered. Among the top 30, there were less than 5 people, and Gu Xiong was one of them. Wang Jinyang, who had just walked over, nodded lightly. "It's Gu Xiong. His father is a martial artist from the military department. His father brought him to the military department to train not long after he became a martial artist. Even among the martial artists of the same rank in the military department, he's the most outstanding one. Fong Ping's vitality is higher than his, and his bone-honing progress is deeper than his, but the people Fong Ping fought the most were casual martial artists when it comes to actual combat experience and the use of combat techniques. Fong Ping can't compare to Gu Xiong. Moreover, the time he spent in peak rank 2 is too short. At this time, he lacks the necessary stability." His words made everyone look at him. Fong Ping's time to stabilize was short. "What about you?" Wang Jinyang did not care what others thought of him. He was different from Fong Ping. He entered the peak stages of each rank faster than Fong Ping. Every time he was active in the outside world, he appeared at the peak of his current rank. That was why he had more time to cultivate combat techniques and increase his actual combat experience when he was at his peak. Fong Ping, on the other hand, had only entered peak rank 2 a few days ago. If it were not for the fact that his vitality and bone-honing progress were stronger than Gu Xiong's, Fong Ping would have lost to Gu Xiong a long time ago. Right now, Gu Xiong had broken through to rank 3. He was no longer a small fry among rank 3 martial artists. Fong Ping was naturally unaware of the conversation below the stage. He knew his flaws. During his rank 2 cultivation, Fong Ping had always focused on bone honing, unlike when he was in rank 1, where he mainly cultivated combat techniques and pole standing. However, being defeated by someone of the same rank who was weaker than him was a fact that Fong Ping could not accept. In the arena, Fong Ping displayed the bloodlust that was hidden in his bones for the first time. In the past, when he fought with his opponents, he was rarely at a disadvantage. Most of the time, he won easily. If he could not handle it, he would take some pills to replenish his vitality. That was why the number of times Fong Ping was injured when he fought with others could be counted. Fu Chongding and the others had almost never seen Fong Ping bleed. Today, however, Fong Ping was roaring furiously in the arena. His hands were already covered in blood, and his training clothes were in tatters. His lower body looked even more comical. From his calves, only his boots were left. Bang! There was a muffled sound. Fong Ping's foot had landed on Gu Xiong's calf. Gu Xiong staggered, but he took the opportunity to punch Fong Ping in the chest. The muffled sound came from Fong Ping. His chest felt as if it had been hit by a truck. The pain penetrated deep into his bones. Blood gushed out of his mouth, uncontrollably. Forcefully suppressing the urge to vomit blood, Fong Ping moved his feet and attacked Gu Xiong again. Gu Xiong's calf was also heavily injured, and there were many wounds on his body. He could not avoid Fong Ping's attacks. Without a sound, he took the initiative to meet Fong Ping's attacks. Clang! When the sound of metal colliding could be heard from their fists, many people's expressions changed. Even if some people did not understand, they were all martial arts university students. How could they not understand? For two people without weapons to make such a sound meant that the tendons, bones, and skin on their hands were probably gone. What they were hitting now was their honed bones. There were bloodstains everywhere in the arena. On one side of the arena, the three high grandmasters were no longer joking around like they had been before. Zhang Dingnan suddenly said, "I didn't expect this." He did not expect that the other two grandmasters would understand what he meant even though he did not say it. Huang Jing said mildly, "MCMQ students don't just rely on resources." If Fong Ping did not have the courage to fight, he would not have become the top news student. "Let's call it a draw. If we continue, we'll both be heavily injured. It's not worth it." Up until now, the two people on the arena were fighting with their lives on the line. This did not match the original intention. Both of them were peak rank 2 martial artists, advancing toward rank 3. Soon, they would probably become middle-ranked martial artists. There was no need to stay in their current ranks because of their heavy injuries. Just as Huang Jing finished speaking, Zhang Dingnan suddenly said, "Wait." Huang Jing's eyes flickered, but he did not say anything else. On the arena, Fong Ping roared. He grabbed Gu Xiong's hands tightly and slammed his head into Gu Xiong's head. Gu Xiong had nowhere to retreat, and he did not want to. He raised his head to meet Fong Ping's head with bloodshot eyes. Bang! Gu Xiong's forehead was instantly covered in blood from the collision. Fong Ping laughed sinisterly and slammed into his opponent again. Gu Xiong, who was in a daze, saw that Fong Ping was still conscious and shuddered. He was probably going to lose. As expected, Fong Ping slammed into his head again in the next moment. Gu Xiong's head was dizzy, and he felt weak all over. Fong Ping seized the opportunity. He raised his knee abruptly and hit Gu Xiong's stomach. Gu Xiong felt as if his intestines had been pierced and his organs were boiling. In the next moment, Fong Ping let go of his hands and kicked Gu Xiong, who had no strength to fight back, off the arena. Both the arena and the arena were silent. Gu Xiong, who had fallen to the ground, was quickly helped up by someone. Gu Xiong was still retching, but what came out of his mouth was blood. Fong Ping's injuries were not light, but he was full of energy. He stood upright and said, "Next." Wang Jinyang walked over and glanced at him. He frowned slightly and said, "Get off the arena. You've proven your strength by defeating Gu Xiong." The main reason Gu Xiong lost in the end was because his skull honing progress was not as good as Fong Ping's. A twice honing could only hone 20% of the skull, but Fong Ping had honed 30%. Everyone's honing progress was the same for the limbs, but it was different for the skull. Fong Ping slammed into Gu Xiong. Gu Xiong's injuries were worse, and he lost the ability to fight back. Fong Ping's injuries were not light, though. Up until now, no one in NMEU would deny Fong Ping's strength. This guy did not win purely by taking pills. Fong Ping wanted to say more, but Fu Changding walked over and said with a smile, "Fong Ping, you have to give us a chance to show off. Aren't you going home at the end of the month? Going home with a body full of injuries?" Fong Ping's body froze. He glanced at the last person from NMAU and did not say anything else. He walked off the arena. After he left the arena, Chen Yunxi and the others prepared healing pills and gauze. They started treating Fong Ping's wounds. Fong Ping did not say anything. He sat on the ground and let them do what they wanted. It was rare that young Xiaoman did not disagree with Fong Ping. She smiled and said, "Do you know who your opponent is? He's Gu Xiong, ranked 24th on the Rank 2 combat ranking. You defeated Gu Xiong, which means you're at least in the top 20 of the Rank 2 ranking. You didn't even take pills to use your ultimate move. I think you'll be at least ranked 15th when the Rank 2 ranking is updated next month." He had just entered Rank 2, and he was already in the top 20 of the Rank 2 combat ranking. He had to admit that this kind of strength was extremely strong. Fong Ping gritted his teeth and said, "Top 20. He had always felt that he was strong. Whether it was in school or when he was doing missions outside of school, he had never met a worthy opponent. Therefore, even if his combat techniques did not improve much, Fong Ping still felt that he was one of the best among Rank 2 martial artists. After a few days of recuperation, the thrice-honed him had a vitality of more than 520 calories. How high was a twice-honed martial artist vitality? The upper limit of a normal-honed martial artist vitality was 400 calories. For a twice-honed martial artist, the upper limit was about 20%, which was the limit of 480 calories. Fong Ping's vitality was at least 40 calories higher than his opponents, but he had to use their skulls to win. This made Fong Ping feel ashamed of himself. Chen Yunxi whispered, "You're already very strong. You've only entered peak rank 2. I'm a thrice-honed martial artist. I should be able to defeat my peers." Senior CLA 2. But didn't he still lose to President Wang? Moreover, it's not like there aren't any rank 2 martial artists who are thrice-honed. These words were said by Yang Xiaoman. But Fong Ping felt even more depressed when he heard it. "So, I can only rely on the system to recover my vitality to gain an advantage among my peers?" He subconsciously neglected the fact that in his eyes, those of the same rank were geniuses who could challenge those of a higher rank in the eyes of others. The 100 martial artists on the Rank 2 combat ranking had a high chance of winning against a normal Rank 3 combat martial artist, as long as they were not at peak Rank 3. Right now, Fong Ping might not lose even if he fought against a middle-stage Rank 3 combat martial artist alone. The other party did not master any powerful combat techniques, and their combat awareness was not strong. If Fong Ping relied on the system's vitality recovery, he had a 99% chance of winning. Unfortunately, Fong Ping was not thinking about these things at the moment. He only knew that he had almost been defeated by a Rank 2 martial artist who was weaker than him. While Fong Ping was feeling depressed, the last person from NMU faced Fu Changding. In fact, the NMU students had already realized that they were going to lose. There were still 3 people on Fong Ping's side. Even if the last person defeated Fu Changding, would he be able to defeat the remaining two? In the end, it was obvious that he could not. His opponent was only slightly stronger than Fu Changding. After defeating Fu Changding, his vitality was depleted. Yang Xiaoman went on stage and casually threw 2 punches, knocking his opponent off the stage. The battle between the peak rank 2 martial artist from NMAU and the MCMU new students ended. The entire Nanjing Martial Arts University seemed to have fallen into silence, 5 against 5. Their side had 5 peak rank 2 martial artists, while the other side only had 1 peak rank 2. Moreover, they were all new students who had entered rank 2 not long ago. In a battle like this, NMU had suffered a crushing defeat. It was a crushing defeat. Among the 5 people from MCMAU, only Fong Ping's injuries were slightly more serious. Now, almost all of them could fight. On NMAU's side, other than Lon K, who had left in a fit of anger, the other 4 were almost out of combat strength. Obviously, this result was unacceptable to NMAU. However, no matter how unacceptable it was, the truth was right in front of them. Could they deny the strength of Gu Xiong and the others? Could they deny the efforts of Gu Xiong and the others? A few of them had fought until they were seriously injured. Lon K could not defeat Fong Ping at all and left in anger. They could not blame her for not fighting to the death. NMU had lost. Wang Jinyang did not say any more demoralizing words. When the battle was over, he went up to the arena and said lightly, "MCMU won this battle. Everyone else has left. Go back and think about it. What did you enter a martial arts university for? Are you willing to be inferior to others forever? If you're not, then think about how you're going to walk in the future." There was no vehemence or righteous indignation. Wang Jinyang left the arena after he finished speaking. He walked up to Fong Ping and looked at him a few times. He nodded slightly and said, "Not bad. I've said it before. Deep down, you're also a ruthless person. There's no need to pretend to be a sheep. If you pretend for too long, you'll really become a sheep. Go back and recuperate. We'll visit Governor General Zhang in 2 days." At this moment, the 3 high grandmasters had already left, bringing with them a group of Nanjiang's higher-ups who had come to watch the battle. The grandmasters did not talk to Fong Ping alone, but Wang Jinyang had said that he would visit Governor General Zhang. Obviously, Zhang Dingnan had tacitly agreed to it. Fong Ping nodded and did not say anything. In this battle, NMU had suffered a crushing defeat. He did not feel comfortable winning. The idea of being invincible among his peers slowly faded. He, Fong Ping, was not invincible among his peers yet. What was the big deal about beating some casual martial artists? What was the big deal about beating some rank 3 martial artists who did not have what it took? Could he defeat the top 3 in the rank 2 ranking? Could he defeat Wang Jinyang, who was at the same rank back then? Also, could he defeat those rank 2 martial artists from the military department who were active in the catacombs? One Gu Xiong had made him feel constrained and difficult. If he met other people, Fong Ping might not be able to defeat them. So, what if his vitality could recover quickly? He would be killed before both of their vitalities were depleted. No matter how fast his recovery speed was, it would all be in vain. Wang Jinyang left. Bai Ruoshi saw that Fong Ping had calmed down a lot. She said as she walked, "Lost your fighting spirit? You don't have to be like this. Don't forget, you've just entered peak rank 2. Gu Xiong and the others are different. Moreover, you're the one who won. Your victory seems to be more depressing than NMEU's loss. When you've honed yourself for a while in rank 2 and improved your combat techniques, Gu Xiong will not be your match. You have to take things one bite at a time. Don't always think about becoming the best among your peers. You have talent, and so do others. You're working hard, and so are others. Others have the guidance of grandmasters, the support of medicinal pills, and more combat experience. They've entered rank 2 earlier. It's already very good that you've come this far. Fong Ping smiled bitterly. Instructor, you don't have to comfort me. I won't break down so easily. I'm just reflecting on some things. Also, everyone looked at him. Fong Ping sighed. Also, I think the school should compensate me a little more. Chen Yunxi didn't even fight. Shouldn't her medicinal pills be used as consolation? Chen Yunxi, who had been a little concerned earlier, changed her expression instantly. She said angrily, I don't agree. I don't care about a few medicinal pills, but I don't agree. Fong Ping, you've gone too far. Fong Ping sighed. He lamented, I'm so badly injured, and my family doesn't have the resources. They don't even have a few healing medicinal pills. When can I, Fong Ping, become stronger? Sigh. Chen Yunxi hesitated for a moment. She stammered, Then I won't take NMAU's medicinal pills. All right, it's settled then. Fong Ping was instantly invigorated. His hunched back straightened, and he no longer limped pitifully like before. Everyone was stunned by what they saw. Chen Yunxi was also stunned. She stammered. He. Fu Chongding glanced at her, shook his head, and sighed. Women were so stupid. Fong Ping's injuries were only superficial. He did not look like he was dying. Moreover, he had defeated the 24th place on the rank 2 ranking. Was Fong Ping weak? Weak my ass. Fu Chongding could not understand why everyone thought that Fong Ping, who had just entered rank 2 and was already in the top 20 of the actual combat ranking, would be so traumatized. Now, 3 rank 2 vitality pills had been swindled by Fong Ping, and Chen Yunxi had given them to him. If Fong Ping did not take advantage of rich people like her, how could he earn money? Chapter 187. The result of the NMU battle quickly spread in River City. NMU is defeated. Gu Xiong is not Di Ping. In the rank 2 martial arts university combat ranking, Fong Ping has a chance of entering the top 10. What secrets does Sun City have? First there was Wang Jinyang, then there was Fong Ping. The new generation surpasses the old. Is there a problem with NMU's teaching model? Is the reform necessary? In River City's martial arts circle, many people were discussing the battle between NMAU and MCMAU. He was a peak rank 2 martial artist, and an outstanding one at that. He was no weaker than the average rank 3 martial artist. Nanjiang's martial arts prowess was not considered too strong. The commanders of prefecture-level cities were usually rank 4. The commander of a county-level city like Sun City was only a rank 3. Although Fong Ping and the others were still students, their strength was not at the bottom of Nanjiang's martial arts circle. In particular, this battle had attracted 3 grandmasters to watch, which was extremely rare in Nanjiang. The huge Nanjiang had a population of tens of millions. Nanjiang currently had a total of 5 grandmasters. Governor Zhang Dingnan, the vice-chancellor of Nanjiang Martial Arts University, the commander of the military department stationed in Nanjiang, the president of the Nanjiang Allied Chamber of Commerce, and the curator of Upright Sun Martial Arts Dojo, which was spread all over Nanjiang. This time, with the addition of MCMU, Huang Jing, the 3 high grandmasters joined forces to watch a few rank 2 martial artists battle. This was an extremely rare sight. Although there were many grandmasters in China, which could be said to be the number 1 in the world, China was too big. Nanjiang was not a very developed area, and grandmasters were rare. Usually it was hard to see one. Following the appearance of the grandmasters, the news of the NMU battle naturally spread like wildfire. As for Fong Ping, this young martial artist from Sun City, he was slowly making a name for himself in Nanjiang's martial arts circle. At the hotel, Nanjiang Martial Arts University quickly sent over the payment for this favor. Everyone was dumbfounded as they watched Fong Ping pocket the 6 rank 2 vitality pills without hesitation. Even Bai Ruoshi couldn't help but laugh. You really won't give it to Yunxi? Fong Ping said in surprise. She said she would give it to me. Fong Ping was speechless. They had agreed to settle the matter. Was he going to go back on his word? Everyone was speechless. Chen Yunxi said helplessly, I gave it to you, but aren't you going to hold back at all? I thought you would at least be polite with me. You even know how to be pretentious. Even if the pill passes through my hands, it's still better than you taking it away. This is too heart-wrenching. Fong Ping noticed that everyone was looking at him. After some thought, he said politely, Thank you. I'll pay you back when I become a grandmaster. Young Xiaoman snapped. That's enough. I'm injured. Is this how you treat a wounded person? Fong Ping looked aggrieved. I've suffered a huge loss this time. Fortunately, he managed to obtain 6 rank 2 vitality pills, replenishing his wealth by another 3 million. At this moment, Fong Ping's wealth was close to 10 million. Fong Ping had used up some of his wealth in the previous battle at NMU, but not much. Right now, he had 2 million wealth left. Fong Ping calculated again. He had quite a lot of medicinal pills on hand now. There were 8 rank 2 vitality pills, 16 rank 1 vitality pills, 30 normal vitality pills, and 2 rank 2 bone honing pills. The market price of these pills was more than 15 million. In total, there were close to 100 credits, which provided Fong Ping with more than 10 million wealth points. If he sold the pills now, he could probably increase his wealth a little. After some consideration, Fong Ping suddenly asked, Do you guys want to buy medicinal pills? Everyone was shocked. Did Fong Ping not run out of medicinal pills? He did not need medicinal pills to cultivate anymore. He was selling medicinal pills again. Also, he had just received 3 medicinal pills from Chen Yunxi. Was it appropriate to start selling medicinal pills now? It was Bai Ruoshi's first time experiencing this. She was also confused. Selling medicinal pills? Fong Ping said perfunctorily, I have a relationship with Instructor Li at the exchange office. After selling the medicinal pills and buying them with cash, I'll be left with a difference of a few 100,000. Don't look at me like that. I've said it before. Children from poor families take charge of the household early. A few 100,000 is nothing to you, but it's a huge sum to me. My sister has to set up a stall every day after school to earn a few dozen yuan for her living expenses. She's only 14, Fu Changding complained. Just a little bit of money is enough for your whole family to be rich. Can you not act so pitifully? Fong Ping said seriously, This is different. I earn money fast, but I walk the line between life and death. Children from poor families should be independent. That's why I don't object to my sister setting up a stall. When I was in high school, I didn't even have the money to look up information or go to an internet cafe. Stop. Fu Changding interrupted him and said weakly, Stop it. You're poor, very poor. Tell me, how much are you selling them for? 8 rank 2 vitality pills, 16 rank 1, 30 normal, and 2 rank 2 bone honing pills. The market price is 15. 4 million. Don't mention the market price. 13 million. Fong Ping's expression darkened. He glared at him and smiled at Chen Yunxi. Yunxi, you have a lot of martial artists in your family, right? Chen Yunxi was confused. I'll sell these medicinal pills to you for 15 million. What do you think? Ha! I'll give you a discount of 400,000. Yunxi, you've never done business since you were young, have you? If your parents and family knew that you earned 400,000 on your first business, they'd be ecstatic. Wouldn't they feel like I have a girl in my family who's grown up and grown up? The key is not making money, but learning to be independent. It's only 15 million. You should have that much pocket money, right? I'll give my family a surprise. Chen Yunxi, can eat on my own. That feeling is amazing. Everyone watched as Fong Ping tricked Chen Yunxi into believing him. They were all dumbfounded. Chen Yunxi was not stupid, but she had never bought her own medicinal pills. Her family had prepared everything for her. Fong Ping said that the market price was 4 million. Selling it for 15 million did not seem expensive. Instinctively, he glanced at Yang Xiaoman and the others. Just as Yang Xiaoman was about to speak, Fong Ping suddenly said, Yang Xiaoman, as a friend, you mustn't deliberately cause trouble just because Chen Yunqi's family is better than yours. Don't let her live under the protection of her parents and family. That's not good for Chen Yunqi's growth. Yunqi was previously bullied by Lion Tang, Instructor Tang in school, because she had too little experience. You learn from your mistakes. Only after experiencing more and learning to be independent and understand the evils of human hearts can you understand the complexity of society. Children will grow up one day. Are they supposed to live under the protection of their parents for the rest of their lives? Then what's the use of someone like that, no matter how good their martial arts are? Everyone understood the underlying meaning of his words. I tricked Chen Yunqi for her own good. She doesn't know the evils of human hearts. Fong Ping, would rather suffer some losses and be the bad guy again to let her understand that society is very complicated. Yang Xiaoman was completely speechless. She stared at Fong Ping for a while and said, You're amazing. Fu Changding also muttered, Language is an art. Zhao Lei and the others looked at each other, then at Chen Yunqi. Chen Yunqi was not stupid. She looked at Fong Ping and said suddenly, You're lying to me? No, Fong Ping was a little embarrassed under her stare. After a while, he said, All right, I lied to you. Actually, this batch of medicinal pills can be sold for about 5 million. I purposely added another 500,000, but forget it. Don't cry about being poor. 5 million it is. We're teammates after all. I'm not buying any more. Chen Yunqi felt that Fong Ping was up to no good and began to shake her head. Fong Ping frowned. It's up to you. As your team leader, that's why I hope you can be independent and self-reliant. But now, you'd rather spend your allowance lying in the bank and eat interest than do something useful. Let me ask you, the allowance in your card isn't low, right? How about tens of millions? You can put it in the bank and eat it. Can it be used for cultivation? If you use it to buy medicinal pills, it'll at least be helpful for martial arts. Do you really expect your family to help you for the rest of your life? You're almost 20 years old, and you're not as good at housekeeping as my sister. Forget it. Let's not talk about this anymore. Pretend I didn't say anything. But Chen Yunqi's face was full of embarrassment. Fong Ping's words made her feel so ashamed. Let's not talk about this anymore. My injuries haven't healed yet. I'll be leaving first. Fong Ping stood up and left. Chen Yunqi thought for a while and shouted, Then I'll buy it. Is that okay? 5 million? 14 million. Chen Yunqi gritted her teeth, her face red, as she bargained. Okay, deal. After saying that, Fong Ping took out a huge pile of medicinal pills from his pocket and piled them all in front of her. He smiled and said, You earned 4 million in one transaction. Chen Yunqi, you have the talent to do business and the way to housekeep. I have high hopes for you. You can transfer the money to me later. Fong Ping, am not the kind of person who thinks about money. Okay, I'll leave first. After saying that, Fong Ping left in a hurry, without stopping. As soon as he left, Chen Yunqi's face flushed red. Was I scammed? Bai Ruoshi had been watching the drama unfold. She laughed and said, No, this was the truth. Fong Ping did not lie to her. The market price of these medicinal pills was more than 15 million. Even if there were channels to buy them, 13 million was still worth it. It was just that Chen Yunqi had bought the medicinal pills just because of a few words from Fong Ping. She was too thin-skinned. Also, did he not even check it? Even blood brothers should settle accounts clearly. Fong Ping would not go so far as to make fake medicinal pills to fool her, but he still had to check it out. Fong Ping said that she had always lived under the protection of her parents and had never experienced any setbacks. This was also the truth. This transaction could not be considered a setback. At most, Fong Ping's bad taste had flared up. Bai Ruoxi, however, was deep in thought. It was time to teach this student a lesson. Chen Yunxi's family sent her to MCMU and let her go on missions with everyone. This was probably what they meant. Otherwise, she would not have to go on missions. The Chen family would not be unable to support a rank 2 martial artist. Yang Xiaoman did not know whether to laugh or cry. She said helplessly, "It's not a lie, but next time, don't take his words seriously. Also, don't interact with him too much. He's not a good person." Chen Yunxi nodded. She was at a loss. Fu Changding saw this and suddenly laughed. "Yunxi, actually I have a batch of medicinal pills here too. Get lost." Yang Xiaoman scolded. "Can you have some shame?" Fu Changding's face turned red. He was furious. "Damn it! Why can Fong Ping sell them, but I can't? If I can earn a few 100,000, I can buy a car." After recuperating in the hotel for 2 days, although Fong Ping's injuries had not fully healed, they were only superficial wounds. They did not affect his combat strength. On the 23rd of March, Fong Ping went to visit Governor General Zhang. Outside the House of Governors, Wang Jinyang chuckled. "Don't be nervous." "I'm not nervous," Fong Ping denied. Wang Jinyang laughed again. He led him into the House of Governors. As soon as they entered the House of Governors, a middle-aged man walked toward them. Seeing them, the middle-aged man walked toward them and smiled. "President Wang, Student Fong Ping, you're here?" "Student Fong Ping, how are your injuries?" Wang Jinyang took the initiative to introduce them. Minister Zhang of the House of Governors. He's also the mainstay of the House of Governors. Zhang Yuqiang laughed. "President Wang, you flatter me." Fong Ping thanked him immediately. "Thank you for your concern, Minister Zhang. My injuries are fine now." "That's good. That's good. Both of you are Nanjiang's future. We can spar, but you should be more careful next time. However, you did well in the battle with Gu Xiong. The governor is very satisfied." As Zhang Yuqiang spoke, he led the two of them inside. As they walked, he said, "The governor has a lot of things to do. He's been very busy lately. This time, he wanted to see Fong Ping because he's proud that his hometown has produced a young talent like you." Fong Ping smiled. "I'm flattered. I've delayed the governor's time." The two of them chatted. Wang Jinyang did not interrupt. When they arrived at an office, Zhang Yuqiang went up and knocked on the door. Wang Jinyang suddenly said, "You should enter politics." "Ah, why do martial artists talk so much nonsense? You've been so polite for so long, but is there any useful thing you say? I thought you weren't used to it, but I realize that you're quite used to it. You're having a good time chatting with him." Wang Jinyang was speechless. Martial artists were quite straightforward. They usually went straight to the point. This kind of meaningless pleasantries, nonsense, it was best not to say it. Fong Ping, on the other hand, was having a good time chatting with Zhang Yuqiang. They chatted until Zhang Yuqiang forgot about Wang Jinyang. It was not because he was angry that he was forgotten. Wang Jinyang felt much more relaxed. However, Wang Jinyang was still a little surprised that Fong Ping could chat with the other party. Fong Ping said gloomily, "He's so polite. There's nothing wrong with me being polite, right?" "No, it's pretty good." Wang Jinyang did not say much. He shook his head. With Fong Ping's personality, he might not be suitable for the military department. However, he could not be sure what Fong Ping was thinking. He would think about it when the time came. Moreover, would Fong Ping, who had graduated from MCMU, return to Nanjiang? As the two of them chatted, Zhang Yuqiang came out of the office. He smiled and said, "Go in." Fong Ping thanked Wang Jinyang again and walked in. Wang Jinyang followed behind him. Zhang Dingnan's office was very big. At this moment, Zhang Dingnan was standing in front of a map of Nanjiang. He waited for Fong Ping and Wang Jinyang to enter. Zhang Dingnan did not pretend. He turned around and said, "The probability of the catacombs entrance appearing in Nanjiang is very high. It'll take about 12 to 16 months. You're not grandmaster martial artists, so you might not be of much use. My goal is not to use any of you now, including Wang Jinyang. I just want to reserve some talents in advance. Fong Ping, are you interested in returning to Nanjiang after you graduate from MCMU?" Before Fong Ping could speak, Zhang Dingnan, who looked dignified, said to himself, "After you graduate, you should be able to enter rank 4 or even rank 5. As a practical martial artist, the chances of entering Grandmaster are very high. It might not even take many years. If you agree after you graduate and return to Nanjiang, I can arrange for you to enter the military department and hold the position of a military commander-in-chief." The position of a military commander-in-chief was equivalent to that of a prefecture-level city's commander. Many prefecture-level cities' military officers were commander-in-chiefs. Most prefecture-level cities had a government commander, a military commander-in-chief, the director of the Department of Investigation Services, and the director of the Department of Education as the core to form a complete government system. Among them, the commander and the commander-in-chief had more power than the other two. Zhang Dingnan's offer of a commander-in-chief was extremely high. Not every rank for martial artist could hold the position of a commander-in-chief. Even some rank 5 martial artists might not be able to do so. Sometimes it was not just the rank that mattered. There were other things as well. "Governor, I go back and think about it. It's still early anyway. Also, if the catacombs entrance really appears in Nanjiang as a Nanjiang citizen, I hope you can contribute to MCMEU. Lu Fengru is your instructor. When the time comes, I hope you can convince some people to give Nanjiang a certain amount of support." As for Fong Ping himself, his strength was too low. Zhang Dingnan did not count on him. However, a genius student like Fong Ping had a certain amount of influence in the school, including with his instructor. Zhang Dingnan and Lu Fengru were also close, but they had not seen each other for many years. Her words might not be as effective as his students. "I'll try my best." Fong Ping finally had a chance to speak. "Just try your best." Having said that, Zhang Dingnan waved his hand, and a stack of books on the office table not far away flew into his hand. He threw them to Fong Ping and said, "Manic Explosion was created by me when I was a rank 4. It's only average. These are some of the improvements I made after I became a Grandmaster. Take it back and take a look. Also, I'll give you a title, Sun City's Deputy Commander. Do you have any objections?" Fong Ping was dumbfounded. Was this even possible? Wang Jinyang, who was beside him, suddenly complained, "I'm Sun City's honorary commander." Yes, he was Sun City's honorary commander. He had just been given the title not long ago. Anyway, Zhang Dingnan had recently given him dozens of honorary commanders, honorary directors, and other official positions. There were no benefits at all. The only benefit was that his identity would be officially recognized. Also, as a higher-up in Sun City, how could he not stand up when Nanjiang was in trouble? As for whether he accepted it or not, Zhang Dingnan did not care. If he gave it to him, it was fine if he did not stand up for him. He would not force him as long as he had a conscience. Fong Ping felt helpless. Could he refuse? He did not say anything, which meant that he agreed. Zhang Dingnan was indeed very busy. Seeing this, he said, "That's it then. Study hard, and work hard to enter the middle ranks." This was considered a farewell speech for this meeting. Fong Ping's strength was too weak. Peak rank 2 was not bad, but Zhang Dingnan did not have much time to chat with him about useless things. When he entered the middle ranks, they could still chat for a while. Fong Ping smiled bitterly. At least give him some benefits. How could such a stingy governor feel? He gave him an improved version of Manic Explosion. Combat techniques were actually not that valuable. There were many in martial arts universities. As long as you were qualified to cultivate them, it was fine. Of course, Grandmaster level combat techniques still needed to be approved by the Grandmaster himself. Also, the deputy commander's reputation was that of a county-level city. It was almost useless. Fong Ping felt deeply helpless, but he could only leave. Chapter 188. They had been delayed for a few days because of the NMEU tournament. They had wanted to take on a few missions in Nanjiang, but seeing that it was almost the end of the month and that they had received some benefits from NMEU and the school, they decided to return early. Although Fong Ping still wanted to do a few more missions, everyone was tired after a month. Everyone wanted to relax, so Fong Ping agreed. Fortunately, Fong Ping had gained a lot in the past month. Wealth, 12. 2 million vitality. 500 calories, 522 calories, mentality 420 Hz, 442 Hz, bone honing, 126 bones, 90%, 80 bones, 30%, compared to when he had just entered peak rank 2, Fong Ping's vitality limit had increased by 7 calories again. His mentality had also improved slightly. His wealth had also exceeded 10 million. The cash on hand and the remaining 6 million from before made up for 20 million. Compared to when his wealth was less than 1 million, he had 6 million in cash. Fong Ping's wallet was bulging again. Other than these literal changes, Fong Ping had also improved in other ways. At least he knew that he was not invincible among his peers. He also knew that he still had many shortcomings that he needed to make up for. This included the cultivation of combat techniques and the improvement of his combat awareness. Killing was not simply dependent on the strength of one's vitality. On the 25th of March, the others followed by Ruoshi back to school. Fong Ping had to go home, so he did not go with them. In a local restaurant outside NMAU, Wu Zhihao and the others carefully entered the private room like spies. After entering, they quickly closed the door. Wu Zhihao let out a long sigh. Luckily, no one noticed. Fong Ping said weakly, "Is that necessary?" "Of course." Wu Zhihao looked helpless. He said with a long face, "You're NMAU's public enemy now, especially after you made Senior Lon K so angry that she almost vomited blood. NMAU's people are going to find you for revenge." Fong Ping snorted and said disapprovingly, "Other than Brother Wang, there aren't many people in NMAU. Even those rank 3 students who are my opponents. You're not afraid, but we are." Wu Zhihao smiled bitterly. Fong Ping could understand. It was like when he was at MCMU. Because of old Wang, he was also targeted. The weak did not need a reason to vent their anger. The few peak rank 2 martial artists who went on stage a few days ago would not normally do something like this. However, those rank 1 martial artists and aspiring martial artists might vent their anger on them, because NMAU's current situation was very bad. After Wang Jinyang returned from the House of Governors, he went to the Vice-Chancellor's place and obtained the approval of the 2 Grandmasters to officially reform NMAU. Previously, the 5% increase in GPA for martial artists exchanging for medicinal pills had already been implemented. In addition, Wang Jinyang gave a final notice to the 3rd and 4th year aspiring martial artists. At the end of the semester, those who had not become a martial artist did not have to come to school next semester. On NMAU's side, there were about 50 to 60 juniors and seniors who were aspiring martial artists. These people were in danger of being expelled. As for freshmen, if they could not achieve rank 1 by the end of their sophomore year, they would be expelled as well. All the rank 2 and 3 martial artists in the university had recently added an assessment, mission completion rate assessment. Every semester, there would be a tally of mission points. For those who did not reach the mark, the next semester, the pills would be redeemed according to the market price. NMAU would no longer provide any benefits. All these changes caused NMAU to complain, And all this stemmed from NMAU's defeat in the previous battle. Now, there were many people in NMAU who hated Fong Ping, and the others. Not everyone would reflect on themselves. Some people would not blame themselves for being too weak, nor would they feel that not doing the missions was wrong. Instead, they would feel that if Fong Ping and the others had not won, the current situation would not have happened. At this time, if Wu Zhihao and the other aspiring martial artists were really close to Fong Ping, they would definitely be ostracized. It's fine. If someone really does ostracize you, go to the Martial Arts Society and ask for help from Brother Wang. NMQ was not MCMU, so Fong Ping was not as cautious. He said casually, "Unless NMAU students are really out of their minds, Brother Wang and I haven't graduated yet." Not graduating meant that the two of them could use student methods to solve problems at any time. In society, student martial artists had their own rules, but martial artists in society had a different set of rules. When Wu Zhihao heard this, he pondered and said, "Makes sense, but there's no need to fight with others." They did not like to fight and waste time. "Up to you." When the dishes were served, Wu Zhihao wanted to say something but hesitated. Fong Ping looked around and smiled. "If you have something to say, say it. You're improving too fast." "Fong Ping, do you have a trick?" It was a little abrupt to ask this question. A martial artist's improvement speed and tricks were also big secrets. Could he just ask casually? However, he was really curious and looking forward to it, so he could not help but ask. The Tan brothers beside him did the same, their faces full of hope. Yes, everyone's breathing instantly became heavy. Fong Ping thought for a while before saying, "If you really want to improve faster as an aspiring martial artist, it's best to throw money at it." Their faces fell instantly. Of course, they did not have money. "Do you want to earn money?" Fong Ping asked with a smile. "Of course, but we're just normal people now. We're just a little stronger than normal people. If we go out and do part-time jobs, the best job is to be part-time instructors in martial arts dojos, but the requirements are very high. We've been there before, but our jobs were taken by martial artists. Martial arts dojos recruited students from society. They taught as long as they had money. It was not a big problem for martial arts university aspiring martial artists to teach normal people. How about I introduce you to a job?" Fong Ping smiled. "There's a company in Magic City that wants to open a branch in Nanjiang. Their main business is express delivery. They need to set up some channels, but they haven't recruited anyone yet. Also, they're in the school food delivery business, which requires a lot of manpower. Your mission is very simple. Use your identity as Nanjiang Martial Arts University students to help settle some small problems, such as troublemakers and the like. Also, when you become martial artists, you can use your identity as martial artists to provide some protection for the company. It's a little troublesome for companies from other places to develop here, but it's not that they're afraid. The problem is that Magic City is too far away, and sometimes they don't have time to deal with some things. If you're not martial artists yet, I'll give you a salary of 10,000 a month. If you become a martial artist, you'll get at least 50,000. How about that?" The salary was not too high, but it was not their main job. They just needed to help out. A company in Magic City. They glanced at Fong Ping. Fong Ping smiled. "What are you looking at? I'm the one who started it. I didn't want to hide anything. But we're brothers, so we should settle accounts clearly. I can't be bothered to mention this, lest you feel embarrassed. You started it." Wu Zhihao was stunned. He said sheepishly, he thought Fong Ping was clearing the way for some company. He did not expect it to be Fong Ping himself. "It's a small business. It's nothing. You have to plan for yourself. Do you really want to spend your entire life doing missions to earn money to buy pills? You'll get your shoes. What if you always walk by the river? Not to mention, missions are only for martial artists in the 3 lower ranks. Martial artists in the 3 middle ranks in Sino Nation were doing well. Few of them broke the law, except for those in the evil sects. However, martial artists in the evil sects had the military department, and the Department of Investigation Services keeping an eye on them. Small fries were fine, but martial artists in the three middle ranks would be dealt with quickly once they appeared. That was why there were fewer missions for martial artists in the three middle ranks. Most of them went to the catacombs, served in the military, served in the government, or did business. These were the insurance for the future. How about it? Are you interested? It's not a lot, but you'll become martial artists very soon. It'll only be a matter of next semester. By then, the company will probably have just finished setting up the platform. 50,000 a month, 600,000 a year. Wu Zhihao waved his hand and said, "It's not about the money. Even if we become martial artists, we'll only be at rank 1. It's okay. What we want is the identity of a martial artist. It's better to be a student of Nanjiang Martial Arts University. They're more popular here." Nanjiang Martial Arts University used to be inferior to the martial sciences departments of the other two universities, but now they're way ahead of them. Plus, Brother Wang is the president of the Martial Arts Society, and the governor graduated from Nanjiang Martial Arts University. You can say that with this identity, it'll be more convenient for me to do things compared to me, who's far away in MCMU. Everyone will be wary of me. No matter how powerful MCMU's prodigies were, they were still far away. However, NMAU's martial artists were here. There were many NMAU graduates in River City who knew if their relationships were complicated or not. Hearing Fong Ping's words, Wu Zhihao's interest was piqued. He asked, "We don't know how to run a business." "There's no need. You can just be registered." "The kind that freeloads and don't work? If there's trouble, you'll need help. If there's no trouble, then there's no need." Wu Zhihao asked about the company's situation. Finally, he said suddenly, "Distance, I think I have an impression of it. Someone mentioned before that Nanjiang doesn't have a delivery service like this. Is it this?" Yes. This time, the few of them were shocked. It was not a completely unknown enterprise. It could be considered to be a little famous. Unexpectedly, Fong Ping had only entered MCMU for less than a year. Not only did he improve himself, but his enterprise was also doing well. Wu Zhihao was extremely envious. He could not help but ask, "Are there really no shortcuts in martial arts?" Fong Ping laughed. "Where are there shortcuts? Even if there are, it's not something you can count on. Don't look at me. I'm different. I'm a genius. Get lost." "Aren't you? I'm Sun City's deputy commander now. Watch your words, or else I'll make things difficult for you. Uncle Tan is working under me now," Fong Ping teased. Tan Hao hurriedly asked, when they heard that he had visited the governor, and the governor had given him the title of deputy commander. Tan Hao and Tan Tao were green with envy. If they had such a title, they could do whatever they wanted in Sun City. Their old man would be so excited that he would not be able to sleep for a few days. They chatted. After dinner, Fong Ping's expression became more solemn. In the next year to a year and a half, Nanjiang might face a crisis related to martial artists. You must know this. Also, do you remember the attack in auspicious Sun City? The few of them nodded hurriedly. These evil sect martial artists have been active in Nanjiang recently. This time, I came back mainly to accept some missions like this, to clean up the evil sect martial artists. However, I have other things to do in school. If I'm out for too long, it'll delay things, so I'll give up for now. When you go out, be careful. However, River City is the provincial capital. There are a few grandmasters in charge. The chances of them appearing in River City are not high." Wu Zhihao asked hurriedly, "What about Sun City?" Sun City was not big. It was only a county-level city. There were not many martial artists, and they were weak. If something really happened to them in Sun City, it would affect their families. Sun City. I'll return to Sun City, first this time to talk to Commander Bai. If there's a situation, I'll handle it. If I can't handle it, I can look for Brother Wang." Hearing that Fong Ping was going back, and that Wang Jinyang was also from Sun City, everyone felt much more at ease. Two practical martial artists, one of whom had entered the middle rank, were no weaker than a prefecture-level city's commander. It would not be a problem for them to solve some problems. After 1 p.m., Fong Ping and the others went their separate ways. Too bad I didn't drive out. Fong Ping felt helpless as he walked to the bus station. This time, everyone drove a business car. Fu Changding and the others drove the car back. Fong Ping had bought a car for himself. He had asked Li Qingzi to buy it last time, but he did not drive it this time. Now, he had to take a car home. River City bus station. Fong Ping did not go to the train station. It was troublesome. Moreover, he had brought his weapon, which needed to be checked. Unlike bus stations, these were not checked at this time. After buying the ticket, there was still some time before the train started. Fong Ping was not in a hurry to get in the car. He stood beside the car and looked around. River City bus station had a lot of people. It was quite lively. However, most of them were ordinary people. Martial artists had a high status, so not many took the car. Fong Ping chose to take the car because he did not drive. Fong Ping looked around and sighed slightly. If there was no threat of the catacombs, this kind of life was blissful enough for ordinary people. However, if the catacombs entrance appeared in Nanjiang in the future, would these people still be like this? Every time the catacombs entrance appeared, it would cause a huge disaster. Natural disasters aside, if there was a loophole in the defense, it would be a huge problem. In the past few years, it was not that there had never been catacombs creatures entering the surface world. Sometimes there would be some that slipped through the net and were not cleaned up immediately. As a result, these catacombs creatures killed anyone they saw, resulting in bloodshed. These creatures would usually be shot to death in the end and dealt with as mentally ill or some other reason. However, the dead would not be resurrected. As he thought about this, Fong Ping was slightly distracted. As he was distracted, Fong Ping's vitality unknowingly dispersed a little. He did not care. The strength of vitality dispersion depended on his own control. If he could not control it, it would not affect him if it dispersed a little. It was normal for low-ranked martial artists to not be able to control the dispersion of vitality. However, as soon as it dispersed, Fong Ping's eyebrows suddenly twitched. He turned his head and looked not far away. Martial artists. Fong Ping was slightly suspicious. Had he sensed wrongly? He looked in the direction he sensed earlier. He seemed to have sensed a vitality force that surpassed that of ordinary people, but it was not very clear. Martial artists in cars, they're either paupers or from evil sects. Fong Ping ridiculed. He also included himself in the pauper category. He was indeed quite poor. After scanning the area again, Fong Ping's gaze finally landed on a bespectacled, middle-aged man. He was gentle and looked harmless. He's not a good person, Fong Ping suddenly concluded. There was no other reason. It was just intuition. Of course, the main reason was that he did not fit in. Yes, he did not fit in. This man stood among a group of ordinary people, but he did not seem to fit in. All martial artists are like this. Even if they were all human, there was still a difference between martial artists and ordinary people. Everything else aside, their temperament was different. To be able to hide from my senses, his vitality is not weak. Ranked 1 and 2 martial artists were weaker than Fong Ping, so it was difficult to hide from him. However, if it was not for the dispersion of vitality, Fong Ping would not have deliberately activated his vitality to sense other people's vitality. He would only do this if he had nothing better to do. Even as his thoughts ran wild, Fong Ping moved his feet and walked in that direction. When Fong Ping was near, the middle-aged man turned his head to look at him. Both of them looked at each other without saying a word. After a while, a driver said loudly, "Those going to Wu City, get in the car." Wu City was also in Nanjiang. It was not too far from Sun City. The middle-aged man started walking. Fong Ping suddenly moved closer, only stopping when he was about a meter away from him. He smiled and said, "Uncle, going to Wu City?" "Yes." "Uncle, are you going home?" Or the middle-aged man did not reply. Fong Ping did not mind. He said again, "Uncle, there are too many people here. Let's talk somewhere else." The middle-aged man stopped and frowned slightly. "I'm not an evil person. Little brother, we've only met by chance. I have no intention of hurting anyone. Why do you have to chase after me?" Fong Ping looked at him carefully for a while and suddenly said, "Pan Xiaoyang." The man's expression changed. "A commercial spy. You're not considered a wicked person. I might not be your opponent with peak rank 3 strength. I'm MCMU's Fong Ping, peak rank 2, but I think my strength is passable. The top 10 in the rank 2 ranking might not be my opponent." Pan Xiaoyang frowned. After a while, he said, "You want to kill me?" "No, I want the reward. It's worth almost 10 million. Pan Xiaoyang's expression changed again. Fong Ping suddenly said, "Give me all the pills you have. Give me your bank cards and account passwords too. How about we get along? This is River City. There are a few grandmasters here." It was Pan Xiaoyang's first time encountering such a situation. He was stunned for a moment before he smiled bitterly. "Are you sure?" "I'm sure." "Here." Pan Xiaoyang did not say anything else. He threw a handbag at him. Fong Ping opened it and frowned. "Are you kidding me? Peak rank 3 for a bottle of rank 1 vitality pills? I've used it. Is there money in the card? 2 million. I can't use it myself. I can't withdraw it. If you want to withdraw it, you can only do it after I leave." Fong Ping calculated for a while and said, "I want an energy mine. Do you have it?" "No." "Pauper." Fong Ping decided. He thought for a while and said, "A bottle of rank 1 vitality pills and 2 million in cash. This amount of money doesn't suit your status. How about this? I'll give you an hour. After an hour, I'll send someone to arrest you. How about that?" "Okay." Pan Xiaoyang did not hesitate. He told Fong Ping his bank card password and got in the car without further ado. The car left the bus station in no time. Fong Ping was almost sure that the guy would run the moment the car left the bus station. However, this was a bus station. There were too many people. Pan Xiaoyang had obviously noticed him earlier. If he made a move, the commoners would be in trouble. Fong Ping waited for the car to leave before calling old Wang. "I found Pan Xiaoyang at the bus station. He just got on the bus to Wu City and met me, but he didn't run far. If you catch him, give me 30%? 10%. I found him. You've already given me the clue. 10%. Consider it a gift from me. 20%. We're all about credibility when doing business. 10%. All right, hurry up. It's worth tens of millions. 1 million is fine, too." Fong Ping sighed and hung up the phone. Then he said gleefully, "Even if I don't do anything, I'll still get 50-50. I'm such a genius." After saying that, he suddenly thought of something. "I promised to inform him in an hour. Did I go too far?" Fong Ping blamed himself, but then he put on an indifferent expression. Pan Xiaoyang had run away, which meant that he did not meet old Wang, and did not know that Fong Ping did not keep his promise. If he did not run away, he would be caught. Fong Ping did not care about his indignation. "I didn't expect to run into him. When I was just passing by, I'm so lucky." Fong Ping actually wanted to do it himself, but this was a bus station. Plus, the other party was smart enough to give him benefits. Fong Ping thought about it and decided not to. If he did it himself, it might not be worth it. Previously, everyone wanted to find an opponent to train with, but Fong Ping had almost been defeated by Gu Xiong in NMAU. Now that he had a clear goal, he would not fight a peak rank 3 martial artist who risked his life. Looks like old Wang still needs money. Did he spend all the money he earned last time? Fong Ping mumbled and got on the bus to Sun City. Chapter 189. Sun City. When Fong Ping returned to Sun City, it was almost 6 p.m. There was no news from Old Wang. Fong Ping guessed that it was over. So be it. I won't lose anything anyway. As he muttered to himself, his phone vibrated. Fong Ping picked it up. It was a text message notification. Hey, Old Wang is so loyal. Fong Ping looked at the new money in his account and was pleasantly surprised. Old Wang was so kind. 5 million. It seemed like he was caught, but Old Wang actually gave him half of the benefits. Fong Ping suddenly felt that Wang Jinyang was too kind. He said he would give 10%, but he actually transferred 5 million to him. After thinking for a while, Fong Ping called him back. As soon as the call went through, Fong Ping said enthusiastically, "Brother Wang, you're too kind. I just provided a clue, and you gave me so much. I'm embarrassed." "It's okay. You deserve it. We agreed on 10%, but you gave me half. Sigh, I'm really sorry." "Half?" Wang Jinyang was slightly confused. "What half? 10% is about 5 million. Fong Ping, who was stunned for a while, suddenly said in shock, "Brother Wang, you mean I caught Pan Xiaoyang a long time ago, but he went to Wu City because his hometown is there. His wealth is hidden there. Even his wife doesn't know about it. I went there and took the things back. I've just finished dealing with them. He's worth 50 million? Fong Ping only felt a bitter taste in his mouth. Of course, the price to bribe a peak rank 3 martial artist is not small. Haven't you thought about this? Wang Jinyang was even more surprised than he was. Was this not normal? A peak rank 3 martial artist and a member of a famous research institute. He had Donglin Martial Arts University's support. To bribe someone like this, would it be embarrassing to ask without tens of millions? Since it was extra money, was it not normal for Pan Xiaoyang to hide it instead of spending it? Wang Jinyang asked him if he should choose to stay in prison in Nanjiang or to send him back to Donglin. Pan Xiaoyang did not say anything. He was very smart and immediately told him clearly, spend money to buy his life. Of course, he had to stay in Nanjiang. Sending him back to Donglin was a dead end. So, Old Wang made a trip to Wu City, got the benefits, and returned to school. 50 million. Fong Ping was still in a daze. Mother asterisk cur, did I miss something? How could I be so pleased with myself? I was actually excited that I got the money to pay for the road. Yes, a peak rank 3 martial artist did not have any assets. Pan Xiaoyang was obviously not very strong. If he really went all out and replenished his qi and blood, he could exhaust him to death, doing a month's worth of missions. No, 3 months' worth of missions wouldn't necessarily be more profitable than taking down Pan Xiaoyang. I gave it to Old Wang just like that. Am I the boy of fortune? Fong Ping's mouth was full of bitterness. He could not voice out his bitterness. Was he too stupid? I still have something to do, so I'll hang up first. If something like this happens again, just let me know. Old Wang was rather happy too. A rank 4 against a rank 3. He had picked up a huge sum of money for free. He did not even need to look for anyone. It would only take him a few hours. Fong Ping was indeed a loyal friend. After hanging up, Fong Ping's face was full of grief. There was once 50 million in front of me, but I gave up. Then I was given 5 million, and I was overjoyed. What is this? My heart aches. His heart ached so much that it was difficult to extricate himself. He had done 12 missions in March and earned about 12 million. That was already considered a high income. But now, Old Wang had earned 45 million just by doing a random trip. I want to curse someone. Fong Ping gritted his teeth. Who should he curse? It was not easy even for a rank 4 martial artist to earn such a huge sum of money. It was tens of millions. He could even imagine Old Wang grinning from ear to ear when he got his hands on this fortune. Old Wang was a pauper. He would run around for a few days to complete missions for a few $100,000. Now that he had earned so much in one go, he would be so happy that he might even thank him in his heart. The price of his gratitude is too high. No, maybe he'll call me an idiot, Fong Ping muttered to himself. The more he thought about it, the more his heart ached. I didn't expect that. My IQ is actually lower than old Wang's. With such a sorrowful mood, when he returned to Scenic Lake Gardens, he saw that Fong Yuan seemed to have lost weight again. Fong Ping could not take the blow. He pinched the dumbfounded Fong Yuan's face and said painfully, "You've grown taller." A girl changes 18 times between womanhood and womanhood, becoming more and more beautiful. Why is my sister becoming taller? Fong Yuan, I told you to eat properly. Why didn't you listen to me? Can you still look at me like this? Fong Yuan was in a state of confusion. I've grown taller? To the point where I can't look at me anymore? She had forgotten to ask Fong Ping why he was back now. She was so shocked that she could not speak. In Fong Ping's eyes, even she could not look at me anymore. Was there something wrong with her brother's taste, or had she really grown taller? Mom. The little girl looked at Li Yueying, feeling wronged. She asked unconfidently, "Am I really that ugly?" Li Yueying rolled her eyes at her son. She was both annoyed and amused at the same time. "Don't listen to your brother's nonsense. That's not true. You're quite pretty." Fong Ping. Fong Yuan glared at Fong Ping angrily. "You're such a bully." Fong Ping sighed and shook his head. He said helplessly, "Forget it. You guys don't understand. People have to look special. Eat more next time. If you get any thinner, I'll have to consider not acknowledging you as my sister." Fong Yuan rolled her eyes hard. She could not be bothered with Fong Ping. Li Yueying could not help but laugh. "All right, don't bully Yuan as soon as you come back. Ping Ping, why didn't you give us a call when you came back? If I'd known, I would have bought more groceries. I just came back to take a look. I'm not a guest, so I can eat whatever I want." Fong Ping chatted with his mother for a while and pinched Fong Yuan. Only then did he cast aside the pain in his heart. Today, he had lost 45 million. It was the biggest fortune in his life. He had let old Wang off easy, but that stingy bastard did not say he would give him more. How inhumane. "I'll get my money back sooner or later." Fong Ping made up his mind. The money he had lost was too much to hope for. At night, during dinner, Fong Mingrong suddenly said, "Ping Ping, the bureau has made me the deputy director of the office." This was the first time even Li Yueying had heard of this. She said in surprise, "Deputy director of the office? You?" It was not that she was looking down on her husband, but she knew Fong Mingrong's standard. He had been a normal worker before, then a security guard. Now he was an official. It's fine. Fong Ping knew what his father was worried about, but he said nonchalantly, "It's just a title. It'll raise my basic salary. I'm still the deputy commander of Sun City. No one really thinks of me as a deputy commander." The table fell silent instantly. Fong Yuan, whose face was red from being pinched, could no longer be bothered to sulk. She stared at Fong Ping with wide eyes and said in a daze, "Deputy commander?" "Yes, in name." Fong Ping smiled. "It's just in name. Do you think I can really control anyone? Dad, being the deputy director, is the same. It's no big deal to get a higher salary. Don't take it to heart. I won't be surprised if you're promoted to deputy commander next time." The whole family was still immersed in Fong Ping's words. Their son had become a deputy commander just like that. What was happening to this world? Commander. Fong Yuan was also distracted. Was her brother going to earn money again? "All right, let's eat." "Dad, Mom, if you're happy, just have some fun at home. Don't publicize this. It's meaningless. I'm telling you this because I don't bully people in Sun City, but I won't be bullied either. If someone makes you suffer, don't bear the responsibility. Tell me, there aren't many people in Sun City that your son is afraid of." Fong Ping bragged a little. It was not really bragging. He just wanted his parents to feel a little more confident. I don't bully people, but don't even think about bullying Fong Ping. Fong Mingrong was no longer in the mood to think about this. His mind was blank. Everyone ate less during this meal, which benefited Fong Ping. His mother's cooking was not bad. If they did not eat, he would eat more. He did not want to waste food. The next day, those who should go to school went to school, and those who should go to work went to work. It was not Fong Ping's holiday now. He still had to go back to school, so he did not have much time to waste. Early in the morning, Fong Ping went straight to the house of Commander. He found Bai Jinshan and asked about the situation in Sun City. Everything was fine in Sun City, and there were no signs of evil sect martial artists. This made Fong Ping feel more at ease. He beat around the bush and asked about his family's safety. Bai Jinshan understood and smiled. He told him about the police station's patrol routes. If they encountered martial artists, the police might not be useful, but they could at least be a deterrent. Sun City did not have the ability to let martial artists protect anyone's family. If they did that, martial artists would not have to work anymore. Fong Ping was satisfied. Rank 1 and 2 martial artists might not dare to take the risk with a gun on patrol. It was enough. If martial artists above rank 3 came, Sun City would not be able to stop them. After a round of thanks, Fong Ping did not go home. Instead, he went straight to the station. He had to go back to school. In the morning, he had said goodbye to his parents. This time, he only took the time to come back for a visit. Magic City, Martial Arts University. When Fong Ping returned, Zhao Xuemei came looking for him. When she saw Fong Ping, she said, "Teacher asked you to go to her place when you're back." "Oh," Fong Ping responded. He looked at her and smiled. "Rank 2 now?" "Yes." Zhao Xuemei was not happy. Instead, she said with some disappointment, "You're already peak rank 2, Xiaoman, and the others are about to enter middle stage rank 2. What's wrong with that? It doesn't matter if you progress faster or slower. Besides, you're already very fast." Fong Ping was obviously not good at comforting people. Zhao Xuemei smiled and did not continue the topic. Since Lu Fengru asked Fong Ping to go to her place, Fong Ping did not delay. He chatted with Zhao Xuemei for a while and went straight to the staff dormitory. Villa number 8. Lu Fengru, who opened the door, was still yawning. Fong Ping was speechless. She was sleepy from morning till night. "Peak rank 2? Yes, that's not too bad." Lu Fengru yawned again. She sat down and said, "Get ready to break through rank 3. "Huh?" Fong Ping was shocked. He said quickly, "Teacher, isn't this too fast?" "Fast? Isn't it good?" Lu Fengru sneered. "I know what you're thinking. Do you think that I, Fong Ping, haven't been able to defeat all my peers and that I need to settle for a while? Don't think too much. Are you not rank 2 if you can defeat rank 2? Are you not a rank 2 martial artist if you're invincible in rank 2? Only when martial artists reach rank 3 can they be considered elites. There's no need to stay too long in rank 1 or 2. When you become a grandmaster one day, who cares if you've defeated rank 2 martial artists before?" Is the last grandmaster on the grandmaster ranking not as good as a rank 2 martial artist? I've said it before. The 3 lower ranks are a foundational stage. This stage will last until peak rank 3. When you reach rank 3, you can slowly make up for your flaws. It's not too late, and it won't affect your future. Or do you want to be the first in rank 2 before you're satisfied? Who knows how long it will take for you to be the first in rank 2? Maybe when you enter rank 3, you can cultivate to the first. Is the first in rank 2 stronger or the first in rank 3 stronger? Of course, these are not the key. The key is, didn't you say that you're going to challenge Zhang Yu after the semester ends? It's going to be April soon, and you're going to challenge a rank as a rank 2? Fong Ping was stunned for a moment. Then he remembered that he did say that. This time, Fong Ping said awkwardly, "I was just saying, Hee hee, you're just saying. Other people won't think the same way. When the time comes, you'll have to challenge him even if you don't want to. It's up to you. He's rank 4, and I'm only rank 2. Fong Ping looked helpless. I can't beat him. If you can reach peak rank 3 and cultivate your combat techniques to the level of ultimate moves, you might not lose when you go on stage. You can take pills to your limit. But peak rank 2 can kill you in seconds. Do you understand what I mean? Fong Ping nodded slightly. He then said, Instructor, if I achieve rank 3, do I need to go to the catacombs? You decide. But when you achieve peak rank 3, you can't be as casual as you are now. When you achieve peak rank 3, your body honing, bone honing, and meridian honing must all be at their limits. The nourishment of vitality must also be at its limit. Combat techniques, pole standing, and the methods of honing must all be cultivated to their limits. This is because when peak rank 3 enters rank 4, there will be a transformation. At this time, the stronger the foundation, the better. Building the foundation for the 3 lower ranks is not just an empty saying. The entire 3 lower ranks are actually cultivating the foundation. The division of rank 1, 2, and 3 is just a definition. It doesn't mean that rank 1, 3, and 3 are really independent systems and ranks. Can you understand what I'm saying? Fong Ping nodded. This was easy to understand. Ranks were just man-made definitions. In the eyes of powerhouses, martial artists in the 3 lower ranks were actually just a stage. There was no need to divide them in such detail. It's good that you understand. Go to the southern area tomorrow and wait for me at the energy room. It's easier to break through there. That's fast, Fong Ping muttered. He did not expect Lu Fengru to let him achieve rank 3 so quickly. However, thinking about it, what Lu Fengru said was not wrong. Invincible rank 2 was still rank 2. There was no need to stay in rank 2 for too long just for a title. This was not the rank 1 stage where he needed to fight. Chapter 190. March 27th, MCMU Southern Area, Building 3. This was Fong Ping's first time stepping foot into Building 3. There was a combat technique room, an energy room, a vitality pool, a gravity room. It was a good place to cultivate. The key was credits. Fong Ping's cultivation speed was not slow, so he did not think about coming here. However, as soon as he entered the hall on the first floor, Fong Ping felt the passion. With a whoosh, a long sword flew toward Fong Ping. Fong Ping was shocked and quickly dodged. At this moment, the hall was not empty, but there were quite a lot of people. It was completely different from the deserted place Fong Ping had imagined. Before he could think about who was welcoming him, Fong Ping heard a familiar voice. Come on, I'll take on 10 of you today. If you're not happy, let's fight together. A bunch of weaklings. How dare you argue with me? You have a death wish. Bang. As soon as he finished speaking, Fong Ping quickly dodged again. He had just sent a sword over, and now he was sending a person over. A silhouette flew backward and landed in front of Fong Ping. This person did not even look at Fong Ping. He quickly got up and roared, Qin Feng Qing, you're too much. Weaklings don't have the right to talk. Bastard, you think you're strong? Let's fight together. Fong Ping walked into the crowd. After squeezing for a while, he poked his head out to take a look. Qin Feng Qing was fighting with 7 or 8 martial artists. Brother, what's going on? Fong Ping tapped on the shoulder of a bystander who was watching the show and asked curiously. The bystander laughed. Qin Feng Qing has broken through to peak rank 3. Once he broke through, he started talking nonsense, saying that no rank 3 can defeat him. Some people were not happy with what they heard and started to talk back. In the end, Qin Feng Qing did not say anything and knocked out his front teeth with one punch. Now he's being ganged up on. This guy is so arrogant. Fong Ping was dumbfounded. Qin Fengqing was behaving exactly like a villain. He's used to being arrogant, but let's wait and see. He'll have to admit defeat later. Fang Ping looked at the situation. Although 7 or 8 people were ganging up on Qin Fengqing was swinging his greatsword and did not seem to be at a disadvantage. Glancing at the onlookers, Fang Ping asked curiously, Qin Fengqing is quite strong. Can these people make him admit defeat? They can't do it. They haven't even reached peak rank 3. There aren't many peak rank 3 martial artists here now. But someone went to call CLA. CLA? The thrice-honed one. Yes, although CLA is only upper stage rank 3, a thrice-honed martial artist is no weaker than a peak martial artist. When school started last year, CLA was already a peak rank 2 martial artist. Now 7 months had passed, and CLA had also entered upper stage rank 3. By the end of the semester, he might be able to enter peak rank 3. Other than Fang Ping, he was the only MCMAU student who was thrice-honed. CLA is Qin Fengqing's opponent. I'm not sure. We'll know once we see. The person Qin Fengqing just beat up is from CLA's team. CLA will definitely stand up for him. Teacher doesn't care? The onlookers suddenly looked at Fang Ping and asked curiously, Are you new here? Yes. No wonder. The person did not ask further and said casually, There's nothing to care about as long as he doesn't cause trouble in other cultivation areas. If he breaks anything, he'll pay for it. As for injuries, it doesn't matter if it's not serious. Don't be fooled by how ruthless he is. He still knows his limits. Fang Ping heard that and looked inside. It seemed to be true. Don't be fooled by how lively the fight was. Qin Fengqing's saber blade only slashed the opponent's weapon once. When he fought, he punched and kicked. When he used his saber, he would at most use the back of his saber to slash a few times. As he thought about it, footsteps came from outside. Spread out, someone shouted softly. Very quickly, the outside made way for a path. Fang Ping turned around and saw a well-built young man. Fang Ping did not care about his appearance. The first thing Fang Ping noticed was that pair of eyes. Scrooked eye. This kind of eye shape gave people the first impression of being cold, strong, and sharp. Fang Ping was looking at CLA, but CLA was not looking at him. When CLA arrived, the people surrounding Qin Fengqing dispersed. CLA took a step forward and said coldly, Qin Fengqing, what's the meaning of this? Qin Fengqing stood there carelessly and did not chase after the others. He sneered, What do I mean? Don't play dumb. CLA snorted coldly. Xia Wei only said one sentence, and you attacked him. Did I wrongly accuse you? Qin Fengqing curled his lips and said impatiently, It's none of your business. I'm happy. If you don't like it, ask Xia Wei to look for me. You think you can do whatever you want just because you're a peak rank 3? You talk too much nonsense. Qin Fengqing, you're asking for it. Xia Lei shouted coldly. Then he stepped on the tip of his foot. In the next moment, Xia Lei appeared in front of Qin Fengqing and punched Qin Fengqing's Changdao. Clang! A loud sound was heard continuously. Xia Lei's iron fists hit the Changdao, and sparks flew everywhere. On his fists, a blood-red glow could be seen faintly. This surprised Fang Ping. This is vitality release? When these rank 2 martial artists fought before, although there were all kinds of anomalies and vitality outbursts, it was still concentrated inside the body and could not be released. At this moment, CLA's qi and blood were visible to the naked eye. Fang Ping quickly focused and looked carefully. This was a good opportunity to observe. Qin Fengqing and CLA were not weaklings among the rank 3 martial artists. They were not comparable to the rank 3 martial artists Fang Ping had met before. Xia Lei released his vitality. Qin Fengqing was not careless either. The saber gave off a faint glow. Although it was not as obvious as Xia Lei's, this had something to do with the Changdao being bigger than the glove. It was not that Qin Fengqing's vitality was inferior to his opponent's. Interesting, but that's it. In the middle of the crowd, Qin Fengqing suddenly laughed loudly. With a slash of his saber, he pushed Xie Lei back. Then he tossed the Changdao aside and said playfully, "Do you really think that being thrice honed is so great? Do you really think that I, a peak rank 3, am someone an upper stage martial artist like you can defeat? Do you really think that I, Qin Fengqing, am a casual martial artist?" After saying that, Qin Fengqing let out a low growl. Fang Ping's eyes lit up immediately. At this moment, Qin Fengqing's entire aura had changed. Earlier, Fang Ping felt that peak rank 3 was only slightly stronger than peak rank 2. However, at this moment, Fang Ping felt the difference. Qin Fengqing's aura was like a rainbow. His entire body exuded a blood-red aura. In the next second, Qin Fengqing rushed in front of Xie Lei at a speed that was almost invisible to the naked eye. Xie Lei did not dodge. He swung his arm quickly and blasted out a blow. Qin Fengqing, who had been using his Changdao to block, suddenly heard a dull sound from inside his body. Then, with his bare hands, he reached out abruptly and grabbed Xie Lei's hands. Xie Lei wanted to struggle. His arms moved a little, but his expression changed. He hurriedly lifted his leg and kicked at Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing still did not dodge. A dull sound came from his leg, and he allowed Xie Lei to kick him. A loud bang was heard. Qin Fengqing grimaced and grinned. "Does your leg hurt?" Xie Lei's expression changed again and again. With a low growl, he suddenly pulled his hand out of the glove and swung his fist at Qin Fengqing's chest again. Qin Fengqing did not panic. He swung his fist lightly and took the opponent's attack head-on. After taking the attack, Qin Fengqing took 2 steps back slightly. Xie Lei, on the other hand, took a few steps back. The marble floor under his feet was stepped into pieces. Fang Ping also noticed that Xie Lei's fist was covered in blood, while Qin Fengqing was unharmed. "Idiot," Qin Fengqing sneered and said disdainfully, "Don't you know what peak rank 3 means? My muscles, bones, and skin have been trained. I can circulate my vitality as I please. Other than my head, every part of my body is the strongest defense. Unless your fist force can break through my vitality defense and enter my internal organs, do you think you can beat me?" Fang Ping only understood after hearing that. Why did Xie Lei give up after kicking him earlier? Xie Lei did not say anything. His expression was already cold. He stared at him for a while before saying, "You broke through to peak a long time ago. Why don't you take a guess?" Qin Fengqing did not say whether or not he did, but Xie Lei knew that Qin Fengqing had not just broken through. His muscles, bones, and skin had been honed to the peak stage of rank 3. Under the vitality circulation, his entire body, other than his head, was a lump of alloy. Unless he could penetrate his vitality defense and shake his internal organs, he could only choose to attack his brain, which was a vital point. However, it was just a battle of wills. It was not worth it to fight with a murderous stance. Peak rank 3. Vitality can be released and restrained freely, can attack and defend. Fang Ping memorized these characteristics. These martial artists had vitality as high as 1,000 calories. If they focused their defense on one point, they were almost like robots that could not be penetrated. If Xie Lei really wanted to fight with his life and use his ultimate move, he might be able to penetrate his defense. However, it was still the same. There was no need to fight because of wills. Looking at normal attack and defense alone, Xie Lei was indeed no match for Qin Fengqing. Qin Fengqing did not want to fight to the death with Xie Lei. He curled his lips and said, "Disperse. What are you looking at? I'm number 1 in rank 3. It's useless even if you're not convinced." Some of the others laughed. Someone teased, "It's a pity that you, Qin Fengqing, didn't even enter the rank 3 actual combat. ranking, puffed. Who would take that seriously? Qin Fengqing sneered and said disdainfully, besides, I haven't reached peak rank 3 yet. Now let the top 10 come together. Do you think there'll be a match for me? When it comes to talking, no one is a match for you. Are you looking for a beating? Qin Fengqing was furious. The onlookers saw this and dispersed. Laughter could be heard from time to time. As for Xiele and the others, they were not too upset. The others were not interested in mocking them either. However, Xiele did not leave. He picked up the boxing gloves that Qin Fengqing had thrown on the ground and said indifferently, when I reach peak rank 3, I'll come and test you, Qin Fengqing. Uffed. If you're peak rank 3, I'll be rank for long ago. As Qin Fengqing said this, his eyes suddenly lit up. He grinned and said, but it's okay. When the time comes, I'll let my little brother take care of you. Fong Ping, put in more effort and kill this kid. Fong Ping looked innocent and said speechlessly, I'm just passing by. What are you afraid of? Men can't say they can't do it. He's thrice honed, and so are you. He was beaten by Wang Jinyang until he cried for his parents. You're on Wang Jinyang's side. Even if you don't kill him, he'll still kill you. Fong Ping was completely speechless. F***CK. Was old Qin looking for fun? Xiele heard this and glanced at Fong Ping. He did not say anything, only saying, we'll talk after he takes 3 moves from the president. Fong Ping, he's looking down on you. Qin Fengqing said indignantly, 3 moves. Zhang Yu is nothing. If you can't even take 3 moves, don't even think about it. Brother Qin, Fong Ping could not help but interrupt. We don't have a grudge, do we? Qin Fengqing laughed loudly. No grudge. I'm giving you an opponent for your own good. If it were me, I'm also thrice honed. I'd definitely fight him. It's okay if you're weaker now. He reached rank for a long time ago. When you're rank 3, he'll be rank 3 too. There won't be much difference. Xiele did not say anything else. He strode away. If he could not beat Qin Fengqing, then he would admit defeat. It was not a serious injury, anyway. A gentleman's revenge was never too late. If he could beat him, he could come back for revenge. As for Fong Ping, he would wait until he caught up to him. After Xiele and the others left, the onlookers also went about their own business. Only then did Qin Fengqing step forward and pat Fong Ping's shoulder, smiling. I was just joking, but I feel that you and Xiele will fight sooner or later. Trust me, my instincts are very accurate. Think about it. MCMU only has the 2 of you thrice honed. If you improve slowly and are 1 rank lower than him, then it's nothing. But you're already peak rank 2 now. Rank 3 will happen sooner or later. It's not strange for you to catch up to him. Can 2 rank 3 thrice honed martial artists of the same rank not test each other out? Fong Ping chuckled. We'll see when the time comes. Actually, he felt that Qin Fengqing was right. MCMU only had him and Xiele who were thrice honed martial artists. If they were of the same rank and level, the chances of them fighting each other were still very high. Hearing that, Qin Fengqing laughed. This kid isn't weak. I've been peak rank 3 for a while now. That's why I've beaten him. If we were at the same rank, I might not be his match. I was just joking just now. I wasn't serious. Otherwise, it'd be hard to say who would win or lose. I saw you a long time ago. I purposely showed you Xiele's strength. Fong Ping looked at him suspiciously. He was not going to take the blame for this. What? You don't believe me? Qin Fengqing's face was full of dissatisfaction. He looked at him and said, It's because I saw you that I tried to test Xiele. Otherwise, I can't afford to fight. Before I came, you were already fighting. That's not Xiele. What do you know? Qin Fengqing curled his lips. Then he laughed. Anyway, you have to accept this favor. It's easy to return it. Just admit that this fight started because of you. Fong Ping's face was full of caution. Qin Fengqing said unhappily. Fong Ping, what's with your attitude? I fought with my life for you. Before he could finish his sentence, a soft sound came from beside him. Then Qin Fengqing's whole body flew up. In the next moment, Qin Fengqing was sprawled on the steps outside the main entrance. Lu Fengru acted as if nothing had happened. She walked forward and said to the energy room, "Instructor, I've wanted to beat him up for a long time. Don't worry about him. He won't die. He even wanted to trick my student into paying for him. Does he think we're all fools?" Lu Fengru's words made Fong Ping think of something. Very quickly, Fong Ping heard someone behind him say mildly, "Qin Fengqing, he didn't take up your burden. Pay up. 12 pieces of marble are broken, a table is cracked, and there are 6 scratches on the wall. That's a total of 300,000. So, expensive? You can go rob him." "Yes, I'm robbing him. Are you going to pay or not?" "I don't have any money," Qin Fengqing roared. He said angrily, "I've spent it all. I don't have a single cent, Fong Ping. Help me pay for it first. I'll pay you back later." In order to break through to peak rank 3, other than keeping his weapon, he had even sold his car. Where would he get the money to pay? Otherwise, he would not have the time to bother with that kid Fong Ping. You're tuning into the Mystic Fist YouTube channel. Don't forget to subscribe and join us on this journey to catch the most captivating stories.